We have a jam-packed episode today.
Sorry, that's the worst thing you've ever said.
Well, this is breaking news to me. I haven't heard anything about this.
Quick story time.
I had that freaking near fatal collapse. You didn't.
Welcome to Zeducation University, the world's first tuition-free education program in podcast form. In today's episode, we will be discussing the safest states in America in the event of a nuclear war, a $12 million baseball card treasure hunt, video games now versus the 90s, and much, much more. But first, before we get into today's show, thank you guys for being here. A couple things have changed with the podcast. If you are watching the long form of the show here on Zeducation University, the YouTube channel, we now have a clips channel. So instead of having the clips and the long form show on the same channel, Zeducation University Clips is now up, and you can watch the show there in chunks. If you don't have time to sit down for the full 2 hours, you can go over there. And if you're watching on YouTube, head over to your Spotify, Apple, iHeart podcasting app. We are on all of those apps as well. And before we get into some rapid-fire headlines, how are we doing this week? You guys ready for World War III? Got to start it off hot.
I feel, I talked about this. I already talked about this a little bit. I feel better that we're at war right now. I guess this is my military mind, but I always feel that pre-pressure before something happens, that you're just building and waiting and that anticipation of something happening. You're like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And then it just kind of relieves, once you're starting to get into that.
So you're saying because we are already, so we're officially in Iran.
Yeah.
And this has been like a 20-year buildup, maybe even longer, 40-year buildup. And now it's there. So that's part of our rapid fire headlines. We're not going to spend a whole segment on that, but that is, we attacked Iran. Was it about a week ago now? Like
Maybe not even.
Yeah, 5 days ago. But yeah, I understand what you're saying for sure. It's like, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Now we know what's happening, but now it's like, okay, how long is it going to last? Because initially it was like, that's going to be a 4-day thing. We're going to get out there, get the Ayatollah guy, blah, blah, blah. And then it was 2 weeks. Now I just heard yesterday, Pete Hegseth said 8 weeks.
Oh, really? So I heard, the longest I've heard is 5 weeks.
He moved it to 8 weeks. So it's like, that was pretty fast.
There's no way 8 weeks. There's no way 8 weeks.
Well, that'd be really bad. And we're not experts, obviously, but
right.
I know that if oil prices keep going up, that ain't good for the economy as a whole. And oil prices have skyrocketed. It's up over 10% in like a week. And the longer this lasts, the more that's going to go up. And
everybody wants a damn timeline. It's like, guys, this is a big deal. How is there a timeline on this? I mean, and I get that there's got to be some sort of timeline, but an 8-week timeline, 2 months, I don't know. That just seems too quick to me. We got to have a little bit more patience on things. I mean, we're putting in a whole new, I guess the idea is putting a different leadership inside there, right? And then getting them up and going. So
here's the weird part about that. And again, this is, we have a lot of other stuff to talk about today, but this is probably the most talked about thing in the world right now. Obviously, it's a big deal. The guy that they took out was like 86 and had cancer. So was it about that? Was it about changing the regime? The guy's going to die in the next year or two.
Right.
And we waited this long already. The guy's been the leader of them forever. So why now? Why, if the guy's about to die, why is it so pertinent to go in there and change regimes now? That doesn't make any sense to me. And that's what I said to you on the phone, is like, the whole narrative behind this thing, that's what's frustrating for me as a voter. It's like, wait, yeah, you already sold us the weapons of mass destruction. Don't try to sell me the chocolate-covered turd again.
Right.
You lied to us once and got us into 2 endless wars, so now you're trying the same playbook? Come on, we're not all stupid.
Did you see the Marine last night that got his hand crushed in the door?
Dude, that was pretty, when it broke, dude, that was...
Was that...
It snapped.
Yeah. And he held strong, too. He was like...
Didn't even wince, dude.
Yeah.
Was he the guy... Are you talking about the guy at the hearing or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
I didn't see that. I saw him freaking out, and then I saw that the person he is, like, he's an activist. I think he's a Muslim.
The bald head guy is?
Yeah. He's married to his wife. His wife wears a hijab.
Really?
It's like, I don't know. The guy...
Is he actually a Marine?
I don't know. I have no idea. This is like the few clips that I've seen.
Sure.
So...
Interesting.
This is part of the activists out there doing crazy stuff. That guy. So when I saw that, I'm like, he's a crazy activist.
Oh,
his arm got wedged in the door, and as they're pulling him out, It was a video that, because I always send you the videos like of a weightlifter power lifting,
Can't do it.
1,000 pounds, and as he's doing it, the thigh snaps. That is what it was like.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
That's why I don't.
I
That's why I
can't
don't work out. I don't want my thigh to snap.
I just do 10-pounders.
But
I bench press with 10-pound dumbbells.
But I'd agree. I mean, you go online and there's a lot of, I don't want to protect Israel. It's Israel's brought us in this, or it's whatever reason it is.
Yep.
For me, I take a step back. This is just me personally. I take a step back and I'm like, man, I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of interestingly, I don't know if this is even strategy, but there's been a lot of freaking value in the fact that we've like taken over Venezuela's oil and now this is going to be Iran's oil, right? Yep. That's the secondary, which basically freaking handcuffs Beijing as far as getting this cheaper oil, which makes it hard to compete against, China for American industries. So I see benefit there, right? And I see the other benefit is that like we got to slow China down, and maybe this is a war against China, right? And I get that we're helping out Israel in this situation too, but I think that there's more than one piece of this puzzle.
Absolutely. No, there's no question about that. And I would agree. But my point is tell me that.
Right.
Don't try to tell me we're going in there to prevent them from getting nukes.
Right.
They've been a week away from nuclear weapons since 1990. Like, that's what they've been saying forever. It's like, that's not why we're there. Maybe that's a fraction of it, but I think that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I would agree with you, but it's politics, right? I mean, they're trying to keep relations with their enemy into some kind of good grace with them. I don't know.
No, and then we're gonna move on pretty quickly here on this because I mean, there's so much depth to this. Like you said, there's a lot of different reasons for this. We don't have all the facts, obviously, but I did see that. So Iran, they hit one of, I think, Saudi Arabia's oil refineries.
Yep.
And I think there's one in Kuwait as well. And this is allegedly one of their strategies is to just sabotage. If they get, like, for example, all these places, these giant cities, they don't have water supplies. So they have desalination plants. So they take ocean water and get the salt out.
Sure.
So if they take those out, I mean, we're talking about chaos over there. Pure chaos. I mean, those places cannot survive without those desalination plants. So you take they're just sabotaging oil refineries now. If they sabotage these desalination plants, we're talking about like global chaos in the economy. And that's where I'm worried is like, okay, go in there, do the 2-week thing, get it done with.
Right.
But it doesn't seem like that's what's going to happen. It seems like this is going to be a big, big, long drawn out thing. And hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully, that's just not good. There's already U.S. soldiers that have died. I think there's 6 from Minnesota even. There's a girl down from White Bear Lake that died the other day.
Well, this is our war, really. I mean, like it's a little bit different in Gaza. We kind of just walked away from Gaza in a sense, but this I feel like this is our war. And when you take out a leadership out of the country, it can turn into this civil unrest, and we have to police them somewhat, right? I mean, we owe that to civilians. I think we do, anyways. Have to police that group. Do I want to? Hell no, I don't want to. Do I want nothing to do with it? But we're the ones that went in there, took out all their infrastructure for their leadership, their policing, blah, 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 even though they were bad. So what happens on the streets now? Is it turning into complete chaos? Are people robbing each other, murdering each other? Is it a free-for-all Lord of the Flies situation going on there? I mean,
who's going to be the theme, right?
Yeah, is it going to be gangs that are going to lead the place, or?
Dude, well, that kind of reminds me of another point on this where a lot of these, and there's hypocrites on both sides. Because you go to, Charlie Kirk was very vocal against going into Iran. There's a tweet from Trump criticizing Obama. Obama sucks. He's going to attack Iran because he can't negotiate. I mean, like, this is not aged well for both sides. The conservatives, the Republicans were very against going to war with Iran. There's a lot of tweets that show that, a lot of press conferences. And then on the flip side, you have liberals freaking out right now. Oh, how dare he go in there and do this? It's like, oh, hold on a sec. Where the hell were you on Libya? Where were you on these other ones? Like, you guys were all for that. So, it further to me is disheartening in like the sense that politics is just one big show. It's one big, how can I manufacture the narrative and hold on to voters the most? And it doesn't matter what we said in the past at all, what we actually believe and value. We're just gonna feed these turds to people and hopefully
Right.
they take them and vote for us again. That's how I feel, dude.
And it's like yesterday, we were talking about this yesterday privately. We were talking, 30,000 people supposedly were killed, right? I mean, if that's true.
In Iran, supposedly.
In Iran, right.
Supposedly.
Right. But if that's true, how the hell would you not go in there and help these people out? If you have a leadership in there just killing everybody. That doesn't make any sense. Now, do you believe that or not? Well, I don't have proof that they didn't. All I have is someone saying they did, right? So that's all the information we have to go off of, really.
Well, that reminds me of Syria. Do you remember Syria in like 2014 when they allegedly used chemical weapons?
Yeah, or Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
And then they were like, Saudi Arabia actually has like real crimes against humanity that
Sorry,
get the free passport.
I meant Iraq, but
yeah, no, it's like so. But the chemical weapons one, I remember there's like a poll that came out very shortly after Obama and John Kerry were really pushing for intervention in Syria, and I was in the Air Force at the time, so I was like, here we go, we're gonna get deployed. But it was like overwhelmingly Americans were like, dude, F you. Like 90% of people were like, we want nothing to do with this. And then the public support was so bad for it that they're just abandoning it.
dude,
but again, we have that responsibility. They use chemical weapons on their own population, man. We got to go in there.
You know, we had to take during Desert Storm. We had to take a pill that coated your cells. That would help you live longer and fight longer if you got NBC, a nuclear biological attack.
Do you remember what it's called?
On you, I don't remember what it's called, but you literally would have to put it on your tongue, and then they would make you drink, and then you have to stick your tongue back out to show that you actually took it.
Did you take this?
You know, I did not take it.
Okay,
I did not take it. No, thank God I didn't, because people were coming out with like just crazy deformed kids. I actually should find that. There was a Time or Life article that was actually one of my units that I was in, and the children came out with like long arms, short arms, and everyone was having whacked out kids, and finally they told everybody to stop having kids.
Jeez.
Yep, they shut it off.
Sadly, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Did you just see that MREs are now bad?
No.
What? Oh, come on.
Dude,
You didn't see that?
I've eaten so many of those.
I've eaten quite a few of them too.
I've eaten a lot.
You've probably eaten. You've probably eaten a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, there's like metals and poison. You're basically poisoning yourself. So they just came out with that. Let me see.
What?
MRE study.
I'm not kidding you. I may have eaten in the thousands.
Oh, definitely.
Like, are these just military MREs though? Or are they like?
Here we go. 1 minute. Sorry, Dave. 1 month ago, test finds pesticides, heavy metals, severe nutrient gaps in food served to U.S. troops.
Oh my gosh. We got
This is 1 month ago, dude.
So
Sorry, hold on.
So I got to talk about, because I got foods coming up. So we'll leave it for that. Okay.
Well, because you have all these, especially right now, there's a big push of pushing the, doomsday prepper type stuff.
Yeah.
Buy your MRE supplies
For like $3 an MRE, which is very cheap, but that's why.
Yep. So, well, is it or is it different MREs than these? I mean, I would assume not, but
I'll be honest with you. I would buy those MREs if they were like $1 a piece.
For sure.
I for sure would buy them. Like throw them in my house and just like whatever in case.
Just in case, yeah.
I mean, I would rather eat that than starve.
Right.
I mean, sadly.
Yeah.
I would for sure. Yeah.
It's funny though, because I remember no. And then we got to move on. We got to get into today's show. Welcome to the show, everybody. We got a good show today. There was a few MREs that I ate that did not taste right. And I remember eating them being like, man, I remember these being a lot better. No, seriously. Like there was a couple, like I remember the meatball one. I loved the meatball one. Like the spaghetti meatball one.
The spaghetti meatball was banger with the Tabasco sauce in it.
Well, and then I had it again. I had it again during a typhoon, and it was horrific. I was like, man, did my taste buds change? And then I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, maybe I just got one with extra metal in it or extra pesticides.
They didn't mix it all together.
Yeah, seriously. So we'll see what happens here. I have a feeling that this is going to be shoved under the rug at some point, though, because can you imagine that like every single person that ever served in the military gets compensation for this?
Exactly, the disability claims.
And then I just heard too that there's a bill that they're trying to push to change disability rating. So if you have like less than 30%, you don't get any money.
Yep.
And so.
Yep. And taxes on 100%.
Taxes. Yep.
You know what's messed up about that? That's so freaking messed up, man. To me, it's messed up in the sense that these guys, they get injured, and a lot of times it can be, even if it's something that they accidentally did or it was a mistake by somebody else or whatever, they can't sue the military. You can't sue the government. You can't do anything, right? So if something happened at like Target, right, something really bad, like you got in an accident at Target, or someone like dropped a generator on your head at Target, you would have a lawsuit on that situation. You would get paid for the rest of your life, probably, like in one big lump payment. In the military, it's like you're SOL, man. Like
that's part of the sign up, though, right?
Yep. Yeah, it is part of the sign up. Yeah, it is part. Well, but here's the but to it. I don't know if you know this or not. When you sign up as a soldier, they automatically allot money. Money goes into an account that is there for your disability for the rest of your life, for every single soldier.
Really?
That's right. Yep. So that money
there was
already exists.
There was an account for me somewhere.
There is.
Even though I got 0%.
Yep. There is an account that exists for every soldier for their disability.
Really?
Yes. So you are already accounted for. So you by having no problems of making it out safely, you're making the money. That boy.
Dude, I definitely have service related issues though. I know I do.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Most people do. I mean,
I'm just like,
and the
my
problem,
my ego is like, I can't go in there. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. The problem is you don't go to the doctor. You can't prove it. You don't go to the doctor, and most guys don't go to the doctor. Like you said, it's an ego thing. It's an ego thing. It's it's unfortunate. Peer pressure.
We laugh at.
Guys don't go to the doctor, dude. Like, screw that, man. I will live or I will die. Like. So even just as a civilian, I ain't going to the doctor, man.
I know, well, and then on top of it, when you have peer pressure, like you have a squad leader and you have a platoon sergeant, they're looking at you like, "What are you gonna do?" And then you're in a combat unit. On top of it, they're like, they don't. Then it's like it's a brotherhood where if you're going to the doctor a lot or whatever or bitching about things, they don't trust you. It's because you're their lifeline, you're their guardian angel out on the combat field, right? So if you're a little I don't whim.
Sally.
I'll say,
I'm going to sick call.
Hold on a second here. Everybody, do you see that? I didn't swear, okay? I got to get, someone's got to say thank you in the comments. Someone's got to say thank you. I was going to go back to swearing. But yeah, if you're not a Sally. You're going
to sick call. I have a cold. I'm going to sick call.
Shin splints.
Dude, I didn't go to sick call one time. And I remember in basic training, I had the worst sinus infection of my life. Every time I took a step, I had this, electric jolt in my head, but I was so scared to go to sick call because I didn't want the same thing. I didn't want people to look at, because I looked at those like, you going to sick call again, dude? Screw you. We're all out here doing push-ups and stuff. You little Sally, and that's what I was like. I don't want people to think that about me,
dude. We used to get we had smelling salts in our pockets. People would smack them, get knocked out, and then you'd give them the smelling salt, freaking get them back up, and they're like, "You cool?" And we're like, "Yeah, I'm good." And
just jumping out of planes.
The rest of the day, they were just like freaking in and out of consciousness, or they weren't really there. The head fogs, they probably should have been at the hospital nonstop. But
how's your brain damage doing over there, guy?
Yeah.
You want to go to sick call, you Sally? You got brain damage?
Literally has happened to me. I smacked the side of a Humvee on a jump. I came down, and there was a Humvee. And I was pulling a slip, but the wind was blowing so damn hard. I was pulling a slip away from the Humvee, and I came down, and I was like, I'm gonna hit, and boom! I just nailed the side of it, and it was just like, bing, lights out, dude. I was just
really
out, yeah.
How long were you
out? Probably about 5 minutes ish.
Jeez.
Yeah, probably about 5 minutes ish on that time. Yeah, I've been knocked out longer than that, but I got knocked out once. We were in a Humvee, and I freaking. I don't even want to talk about that, but I was out for freaking. I'll tell you, it happened on a Thursday, and then I couldn't remember anything till Monday. I was moving around and stuff like that, and they were feeding me, but I couldn't remember anything. I couldn't tell you anything until Monday morning at formation.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're
getting
poisoned by your MREs. All right, we got to get into the rest of today's show. Some more rapid fire headlines quick before we get to first period. Everyone get ready. Grab your notebooks, grab your pencils, your sharpeners. No chat GBTs in this class. Don't be cheating. So get ready. But we got a few more headlines here. First, did you guys see the Jim Carrey thing?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Freaking. Okay, so
did you see his release? Did you see the other photo that he was in Indiana?
Yes. So that was what I was going to say. Did you see the Jim Carrey viral stuff?
Well, I know stuff's going on with him thinking that he's dead.
Okay, so here's just the basic summary, and then we gotta speed through this one. The basic summary of Jim Carrey is that he went to this award show. He had insane plastic surgery, and or it wasn't really him and he's actually dead and he has a clone or something like that. But at face value, look at it, you're like, dude, he messed up his face big time.
Yeah.
Then it comes out, there's a makeup artist that says, just kidding, it was me. I was in a mask. And then people are like, oh, that's genius. He's promoting the mask too. That's why they did it. And then it comes out, his publisher says, no, that was actually Jim Carrey. And then, so you're like, whoa, what the hell? So this makeup artist is lying? And then this morning, there's a post of Jim Carrey with some people in Indiana, and he looks like he always has. But so then now it's back that it was someone else, a makeup artist. So no one really knows what the hell's going on.
It was a makeup artist, dude. Absolutely.
I think it was too. Yeah, it was the makeup artist.
Dude, even when you look at the eyes, the eye color, not even the same.
Yeah.
And this isn't like because people love going on the rabbit hole of body doubles and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
This one wasn't even close, man.
Yes or no, does Joe Biden have a body double?
Did you see the one I sent you guys?
Dude, you just softball pitch that. You just softball pitch that.
I know. You saw what I sent you.
Yeah. That's why I said it.
I'll try and upload that clip up here, but dude, that was
the thing. There's a lot of clips where his face, in my head, it's like, he's just getting super old. He's getting wrinkly. But the signature thing's really weird to me. Not the auto pen thing. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. There's another rapid fire headline. For the last 2 years now, we've been told that Joe Biden's going to get in trouble for the auto pen. He's not actually signing. Now, this morning I saw that nothing's going to happen. The courts, nothing's going to. So it's like, okay, so that was all BS. The auto pen thing was a emotionally charged narrative to get people riled up. So that's disappointing. But anyways, the fact though, what I'm saying is his autograph, his signature from when he was president to like back when he was a senator is completely different.
It is, even when he was VP.
Yes, that's weird. Generally, you have this. My signature is the same that it's been since I've been 12. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, that's
super weird. He's not. I could see him not being him. I could.
Well,
I could see it not being him.
Most presidents have body doubles. I don't know if you knew that or not. Like,
yeah, of course.
Putin has body doubles.
Yeah.
President Xi allegedly has body doubles. So there's
Saddam Hussein had a ton of body doubles.
Saddam Hussein had a lot of body doubles.
Yeah.
So it's not a new thing. It's not a crazy conspiracy. So there's the Jim Carrey story. And then the last one here before we get into the first period statistics class. The Texas elections had some shocking results. First, Jasmine Crockett lost. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
She was trying to be the Democratic senator candidate, and she lost to insanely a candidate that's probably worse than her. And you know her. She is a whack job. Just racially dividing people, getting people like just insane stuff that she says. Have you seen the guy that won the Senate Democrat?
I just saw the picture, but I don't know.
So he's a pastor, a self-proclaimed Christian who is like for abortion. He is it was all about the BLM stuff. Like very like super woke guy.
Yeah.
And he's a Christian pastor. I'm like,
right.
You cannot be a Christian and be for abortion.
Right.
You that's just not a thing.
Right.
You just can't. And it's pretty shocking to me how many self-proclaimed Christians say that they're for abortion.
Right.
And I said this to you guys last time. I don't think I said this on the show though. The more that I personally read the Bible, the more I realize most Christians and most people have not actually read the Bible.
Well, I would say, yeah, he could be a Christian, just misled or not a very good Christian, right?
Well, you can call yourself whatever you want.
Right,
if you're
right.
not following that, if you're not trying to follow it and you're misinterpreting the Bible, you're not a Christian. You're a false prophet is what you are. You're a false teacher.
Well, as a teacher, that's different, right?
False teacher,
like
yeah.
As a teacher, that's totally different. I think you can be a sinner and still be a Christian, but
we're all sinners.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
That's different. When I'm saying, like, he's
you don't want to
teaching
be a
people.
teacher. Yeah.
What I think is you see this happen, especially in small towns, is like this dude probably hasn't read the Bible, but you see cash grabs pop up and you see these little disputes inside of churches. So the one I'm thinking of is up in Thief River. It was a very big church, but it was the way they sang their music. So this church split up and then...
Sorry, they split from the church because they didn't like the music.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was all simply over music. But then you have two churches, and then now, well, we're opening a new church. We need all this money. We need all this stuff. But I just think, okay, we're going to open a church over a dispute of music. I think is completely, worship is part of church, worship music and everything. But it's like, I don't know. Sometimes these churches pop up out of cash grabs, and I don't think they do.
Sorry, are you saying that this senator is that or what?
Yeah, well, yeah. If he's a pastor and
you
know, someone that doesn't read the Bible, you're opening up into, I think, the idea that, hey, there's a need for a church here, which there probably is, but then you take that need and exploit that need.
Yeah, well, I think I saw a thing. It said at our church. I want to say the pastor said that I think only 12 to 15% of Christians have actually read the Bible. So if you take 85% of people looking for a church, they don't know what's in the Bible, so you can tell them whatever you want.
Exactly.
So that's probably
I haven't, but the more one of the things, my mother-in-law has been staying with me quite a bit lately, and she talks about the Bible all the time, and she reads it all the time. She's read the Bible. I have not, but she brings up the craziest stuff that's in the Bible. I'm always surprised at the things that I hear that are in the Bible. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's in the Bible.
Yeah, that's my reaction quite often when I'm reading. I use that Bible app. It's pretty incredible, actually. Yeah, you get all the different versions. Let's move on. This is out of control here. Anyways, folks, we got to get to first period class, statistics class. So we got 5 fun facts for you. 5 fun facts, and we got a lot of other stuff to get to today. Hopefully not as heavy stuff. We got some heavy stuff, some not so heavy stuff. Here's a good one. Fact number 1 here in statistics class. No one really knows who invented the fire hydrant, as its patent was destroyed in a fire at the U.S. Patent Office in 1836.
That's ironic.
There's a little bit of irony. That's ironic. Fun fact number 2. And, dude, I put this one in here just for you. Just for you, dude. Left-handedness is also known as sinistrality. Sinistrality.
What?
Sinistrality. Because left-handed people were once thought to be demons.
I have heard that, dude.
Yes. You know, at schools, in like Catholic schools, they used to take the hand and tie it behind the left-handed students' backs. They would literally tie it.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yep. They would tie their hands behind the back so they couldn't do it.
You know what's somebody died in the 14 and 1500s over this as a witch. They wrote with their left hand. Someone claimed witch, and they got burned at the stake for that.
Oh, that's so bizarre. Oh, that's hilarious. And I thought that was relevant too because there's so many left-handed memes on Zeducation recently. And a lot of people like get upset. Like, because there's one that it's always like with left-handed people when nobody's looking and they're writing and then they look and then they like switch to the right hand. Like, we don't actually fake it, Tyler. Like, I know it's a joke. I know. And then the other one, here's a good question for you. How do you write on a whiteboard?
Oh man, if anyone that's left-handed knows, this is a war zone right here.
Right, but when you're writing, doesn't it just erase as you're writing?
No, because this is how you learn how to write. Like, I think right-handed people write like this. Left-handed people have to write like this. Yeah, you do. You have to start learning how to write like that. It's torture.
Well, demons, dude, demons. You got to battle those demons, man. Start reading your Bible. Number 3, kind of on what we talked about last week or maybe 2 weeks ago now. That was 2 weeks ago. 51% of Gen Z view their college degrees, as a waste of money, per Indeed. So I think this is encouraging. I feel like the more people that realize college has become something that it was never meant to be, a big business, the sooner we can fix academia. So yeah, I hope more and more people see this and realize, oh my God. I saw a video. There was a lady that was like, I spent $200,000 on a philosophy degree and now I can't get a job. Why did the college let me get a philosophy degree? First off, I mean, you shouldn't have done that. You should have had the wherewithal and, you're an academic. You should be smart. You should have known better because you're smart. You have a degree to not take out this debt for a stupid degree. But generally,
God, when I talk to kids,
education is not necessarily intelligence.
I can't tell you how many times I talk to kids and I'm like, before you pick that, realize there's consequences for the degree you're picking. You got to take a look at the income you're going to make and the lifestyle that you're going to live, right? I mean, and if you're okay with that, you're okay with that. I don't have a problem with that, right? But so many people get out and they get done and they're like, oh my God, I can't survive.
Yeah.
It's like, give me a break. I don't want to hear it. Like,
but I empathize with those people because I was there once too. Yeah. And I went to college for 1 year before I joined the Air Force, but I did because of the social pressure. This is what you got to do next. You got a 3.8 in high school. You're smart enough to go to college. I should have never gone to college.
Yep.
I hated school. I still hate school. But even though I could get the A's, I could fill in the bubbles and get the A's in the class. It's not something I should have ever done. But I had everyone in my life telling me this was the next step. This is what I was supposed to do.
Told me I'd work at McDonald's. And you know what? If I would have stayed at McDonald's from graduation till now, be a freaking GM, dude, making cash.
Did you guys ever have a point in your life that you're like, man, I am smart. Like you finally got everything figured out. And then like the switch happens and you're like, man, I am stupid. I don't know anything.
Yeah,
like
I think
you have this moment in your life where you're like, oh my God, I'm a complete idiot. I didn't know anything.
Well, I think that was probably right after I got out of the Air Force, maybe, where I'm like, man, I really don't know crap.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing. But when you're younger, dude, you're invincible. You're not thinking about the future. It's like, it's whatever. I'll figure it out. And,
you know, I'm actually kind of retarded. No, the more you read, though, it is like the more information you take in, the more I'm like, dude, I really don't know nothing at all.
Yeah, or the things that happen right in front of your face and you have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think if you think you know it all, then it probably is a sign of your intelligence. I don't know. Number 4, there is a town in Texas called Ding Dong. In 1990, the population was only 22 people. Fun fact, Ding Dong.
I love that fact.
I'm trying to think. There's a couple in Minnesota. Nimrod's a good one. Nimrod and Gaylord.
Yeah.
Gaylord.
I'm sorry, Gaylord. You got to say Gaylord because, yeah.
That's not how it's spelled.
I know it's spelled Gaylord, yeah. There we go. That's fun fact. Number 5. Okay, so this kind of goes on what we talked about at the beginning of the show. But some polling came out from Gallup. Take these with a grain of salt. Generally, there's some useful information here. But government still leads as nation's top problem, according to Gallup. Overall, 29% of U.S. adults in February cited some aspect of government or politics as the country's most important problem. This is similar to the 32% recorded in January, 26% in December. Immigration was mentioned by 20%, up sharply from 10% in January, but similar to 19% in December. Economic concerns followed with 11%, 8% citing inflation and high prices, and mentions of the economy had risen to 17% in December from 12% in November. So I would say all of these are government related. And I would say in my entire political life, paying attention to politics, government has always been the number one problem. Always.
Yeah.
And again, this is, I think, inflation, immigration, all of this stuff is government related. So
you know which one's not in there that I think of like when you said that right away? Media. I was like, ooh, media.
Media.
Media's a bad one. I mean, they're like freaking.
Maybe it's 50% media, 50% government.
Media's bad.
Media's really bad. And you'd think, I would have thought, here's another trending or a headline that I just tweeted about this morning, which was shocking to me. And I'll get to my point here in a second. But there was a bill that was pushed forward, and this has been talked about for a while. Oh, where the heck is it? But there is a secret list of congressmen who have SA. I don't want to say it on YouTube.
Yes, dude.
But blank assault.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, assault that have been accused of or been convicted. They're guilty of these crimes. Really, and there's like a pool of money for these lawsuits for congressmen, for all the 500 plus congressmen.
Dude, and we voted to block
by an absurd amount of an absurd amount.
Dude, Caleb Hammer's respond to it went, dude, just perfect. You know that just dead look.
Yeah. His dead look. Yeah. So the U.S. House votes 357 to 65 to block release of congressional misconduct reports. It's like, wait a minute, because there was the guy in Texas. Oh, did I miss that one? Oh, I did miss that. Okay, so we talked about Jasmine Crockett losing, but Dan Crenshaw also lost. But this bill, back to what I was going to say, there's a guy running for his seat who was having an affair with a staffer, I think, and she lit herself on fire.
What?
You didn't see this?
No.
Tony Gonzalez, I think his name is.
Yep.
Trump endorsed him, I believe. It was a big deal. And the guy that was
So wait, Tony Gonzalez had
an affair with a staffer.
okay, and she lit herself on fire.
Yes.
And did he win?
I think he's going to a runoff. It's very close.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's going to a runoff. By yeah, I can't remember.
Wait, could this give Crenshaw a chance to win still?
No. He
out?
lost by a lot.
He lost. Okay.
Yeah. But that is a good sign in my opinion because he quickly became the Swamp.
Oh,
Quickly became the
fast.
Swans.
so fast.
Within a year. I think he had 7 terms or 5 terms or something like that. He's been there for a while. Built a brand for himself. Started, I mean, literally going on there and insider trading. He's one of the top profiting congressmen.
It shows you how fast we get duped. Like they come out and they're like all these promises and who they are. Navy SEAL. I'm gonna, we're going out there. We're gonna drain the swamp, and it just sounds like a badass dude. And then he shows up and like he, I don't know, takes the money.
Yeah, that's an example of draining the swamp, though. He was the Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
He quickly became the Swamp. So that was great news.
And he got it from Sean Ryan too. I don't think that helped him at all.
Oh, you mean? Oh, yeah,
Sean Ryan.
Yes, dude. Huge props to Sean Ryan for putting him on blast.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, and then I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, the government as being the problem versus the media. The media covering for the Swamp and the government, and I would put Trump's, drain the swamp as part media. His whole strength is messaging,
right,
and being a showman, which I did love, and I still do to a degree. But it's like, well, this isn't draining the swamp though. Like we got Congress covering this stuff up. We got the Epstein stuff. We're going to war again. Like, are we just not doing that anymore? Is draining the swamp a dead thing? Like,
right,
or is it even possible? And maybe that's the case. Maybe the case is Trump wanted to do that, maybe still does, part of him, but he got in there in his first term and was like, this is bigger than me. This is bigger than what I want to do. And maybe that is the case.
Well, I think there's there's a lot more layers to it because, accountability is what I want for most of this stuff.
That's draining the swamp.
Right. Accountability is what I want for most of this, what's going on. But here's the but to it is that, and this is where I get a little confused because it doesn't seem like there is any bipartisanship. But I would think maybe he's trying to use whatever he's got against them as leverage to get them to do what he needs to get done. Right?
Right. No, I would agree.
I was thinking maybe that, but then I say that and there's no bipartisanship. So then how does that make sense? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So nothing's getting done.
There's a lot that doesn't make sense, honestly. And the other part that really, it's like, there's some real diehard loyalists, and I appreciate that to a degree, but where's the loyalty to us, like as voters?
Yeah.
Like, we put you there.
Right.
Like, can we get some loyalty too?
Right.
I'm not saying everything he's done is bad. The border's pretty much shut down. That's phenomenal. That's amazing. A huge success there. But anyways, we could talk about that for days. But first we got to get to more important things. We got to get to our meme studies. we got to get to the most important stuff in this life. This is how we cope. This is how we deal with stuff. Show the memes. So yeah, go ahead. I don't know. Click whichever one you want first.
Okay.
Before we look on artificial intelligence, or before we look on sorry, one more time. Before we work on artificial intelligence, why don't we do something about natural stupidity? And
that's pretty decent.
I think that's a good one.
You ain't fixing natural stupidity. It is what it is.
Dude, you're not. Absolutely not.
It is.
Unless we get rid of the circuses, man.
The bread and circuses?
Stop. You go to the carnival, man. There you go. You ain't fixing that.
Did you ever see Theo Vaughn had a carny on his show? Did you see that episode at all? He had a carny on a show,
No.
The guy that worked the carnivals. And the guy walked through basically how they cheat at the games.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And it's like they literally made a few of the games impossible to win. And then he talked about how he would, talk about politicians manipulating people. Like this exists outside of politics too. But they would like just absolutely chomp at the bit to find like an addict, like a gambler, and they would just drain him. Like he talked about a guy that lost his car. He saw a guy lose his car trying to win, a ball game or whatever.
For what? A stuffed animal that's $5?
Dude, but he talked about, he's like, it wasn't about that. It was about that person's addiction, that person's brain.
Oh, I guess.
And, it's like it's the gambling. It's the game. It's the rush of it.
Dude, I was with Sam Renzel. He's a professional hockey player.
Yeah.
He's a professional hockey player. We were at the state fair, And he was there's a game that you can throw a ball at the three milk jugs, right? He could do it every time. Like you'd be like, he had like this technique, and the ball go down and he hit this huge stuffed animal. They finally were like, dude, you're done. Like you're done. Yeah. Like and so he went to another one, and like they were following us, and they're like, no, he can't play. He's done. Yeah, like
that's awesome.
They followed us. They chased us out of the freaking Midway because he was like, he was owning that game.
Well, he's a pro athlete, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, dude, they literally chased us out of the Midway. I got an epic picture with this all.
Dude, we should get him on the show if he wants to, if they'll let him. I mean, be like, yeah, we don't want you associated with that show. Yeah,
probably.
You're representing the Blackhawks now. Yeah. Move on to the next one. Let's move on to the next meme here. Read that one, Dave.
When all protests are over and you have to go home alone to your cats.
Solid meme. Solid college graduate there.
That actually looks like you.
Looks like me?
Yes. Remember when we used to do those skits?
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, that was the good old days. The good old days of like pre-YouTube.
Yes.
That's hilarious. I remember buying that hat and just being just ashamed. But I was like, you know what? It's for the skits. And the skits were pretty funny, actually. I thought the skits were really funny.
Dude, skits are the best.
We should dig those up.
We had that when we went down to that Ellison protest. We had that hat, remember? The Ellison
I
protest?
wasn't there. I didn't go with you guys that one.
I was there. That was a huge turning point for politics for me. I was like, I don't want anything to do with this.
Lower Loomer was there.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of me, yeah. No, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Part of me respects the pit bull in her. She's a pit bull. She is. But at the same time, I was like, this is not who I am. I don't want to be at these protests, and I don't. So I just sat there and recorded everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good to see up close. It really was.
It was interesting.
It was very interesting. But it was kind of like our story last week where Dave was talking about the like the showmanship of that and just getting the viral clips to make it into a bigger story. That obviously didn't happen with that protest, but that's what it felt like. It was like, there's like 20 people here. Like, what is this going to do? This is kind of like making us all look really silly, trying to be out here and protest. But
it's weird to have a professional protester like her, though, too. She was professionally protesting. She was paid to be there. She found out. I don't even know how she finds out about all this stuff. Like, this is a Minnesota. What was it? It was like on PBS or something, wasn't it? Like some kind of debate.
Yeah, it was local
for
news.
Attorney General.
Yeah. But she shows up, flies in from out of state, from New York or wherever she came from, and then shows there and starts yelling at people, and then gets back on a plane, flies back out.
Yeah, it was good to see up close. But that's what that lady is, though, in the pink hat. That's what those people do. And I feel like it's more prevalent on the left for sure.
Yeah.
Especially today. I mean, even when Trump wasn't president, under Biden, you'd see stuff like this. Yeah. People just grasping for purpose.
More memes. More memes.
Next one. Next meme. Now.
1980. In 2026, we'll be flying cars. 2026. What?
Do not eat the wrapper.
What was this? I've done that. What is that?
Look at this meme. Look how dumb people are. Look at this. Don't eat the wrapper. Yeah, dude, I've done that.
It's like either In-N-Out or Whataburger or something like that. Like they double wrapper their burgers. Like they have a wrapper and then they have another like a little brown wrapper in there. And I don't know. I went through drive-thru. I was driving my truck and I'm like, my buddy looks over at me. He's like, bro, are you eating the wrapper? Dude. I was impaling the wrapper. I didn't even know it because I was just driving on the highway.
I was impaling the wrapper, inhaling it. Dude,
impaling it. Impaling sounds really weird. I was not impaling it. I was inhaling it.
Dude, you good, bro?
You all right? You good?
Is this that Humvee crash?
He looked over. He looked over at me. I'm impaling.
Our youngest, she's almost 2. I got her. I can't remember if it was her or our oldest. But one of my daughters was. I gave her the Baby Bell cheese with the wax on it, and I look over and she's eating the wax. I was like, "Goo! Hey, don't eat the wax! Like this cheese tastes weird. That's because you're eating the wax." But yeah, don't eat the wrappers. Don't eat the wax. Next meme. Steve, read that one.
Uber facts. What's the biggest scam in life that nobody wants to admit? Paying taxes on money you make, taxed money you spend, and taxed things you own that you already paid taxes on with already taxed money.
Yeah.
Beautiful meme.
Yep.
It is, dude.
Absolutely beautiful meme.
Drives me
That
bananas.
is my main. Whoever says, I don't care what party you are, I'm going to lower taxes, I'm voting for you. I don't want to pay taxes. Taxes are a scam.
And that's the totalitarianism of our government. Democrats raise it higher and higher and higher. Republicans come in and they lower it, but it's never back to where it ever was.
It's always temporary.
Yep.
Like the Trump tax cuts, there's a deadline on there. I think it's for 3 years. And then it's like, okay, so there's a deadline on it because you want it to be a football for the next election or whatever. It's like,
Is it not confusing? I mean, like, it's confusing, too. I think the average person doesn't bitch because they're so confused on what they're actually even paying for taxes. I think if we had a flat tax, everyone would go wild. That's why a flat tax will never happen, because people would be in an uproar.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
I think there's some states that have flat tax. Didn't you say Mississippi has a flat tax?
Yeah, 4%.
Well, I mean, but I'm saying flat tax like federally and state, like just flat freaking tax.
It should be flat,
like,
for sure. But then if you're only making $1,000, then that's the argument. It's less money for them. Okay, all right. You know what? If you're making less than 50 grand, you don't pay taxes. How about that?
Well, then you don't have as much money to spend.
Right, and that's
either.
Right.
So you're not paying as much taxes. Whatever.
Yeah. Do we have any more?
Trying to make me mad.
Yep.
Yeah. Now I'm pissed.
That's supposed to be funny.
Now I'm pissed. Dude, we have a lot of like stupidity memes today. Read that one, Dave.
I bet aliens ride past Earth and lock their doors. They got to. I mean, just listen to what we just said about taxes. Look how dumb we are about that.
Dude, did you just hear like some aliens landed in Miami accidentally? They're supposed to go to Antarctic? Sorry, wait a minute. I better not go down this rabbit hole.
Hold on. No. I want to hear about this.
I was asking him because I just heard about it. Like, we got to look this up because they like accidentally put in the coordinates for Antarctica are real close to the coordinates for Miami or something weird. And I guess they landed.
Wait, are you talking about the mall thing? That was last year or 2 years ago.
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't know nothing about it. I just heard someone talking
I'm gonna
about it.
summarize it real quick.
What?
You don't remember it either?
Dude,
it was like 2 or 3 years ago where there was like an insane police response to this Miami mall.
Oh yeah,
like,
yes.
There's a picture of outside the mall, and there's like, I'm probably over exaggerating here, but like 100 police cars with their lights on. Like, it's like, whoa, that's a big response. What's going on there? And then the internet went insane and was like, dude, there's freaking aliens that portaled into that Miami mall, man. It's the coordinates to this and that. And I think that's what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah. I just heard someone talking about it. I'm like, what? I got to ask Steve about that.
Now, is that true? Is that true? Probably not.
No.
I think what the official story was that there was like a crazy amount of teenagers that were going nuts. But again, that's a really crazy response.
Well, if it was interdimensional beings, they had to take over a host.
That's true. That's true.
But guys,
a sleeve.
Apparently, we're not supposed to care about this stuff. This is Red Circus.
Well, you did share the time traveler who said that. What did he say, dude? It was that we're supposed to see all within this year. War is going to break out, and then by the October of this year, aliens will reveal themselves and say how long they've been here on Earth. And then but those time traveler ones I love because it's like they're never right.
No, they're never right.
And dude, just got to say a show here on Big Bang. He's like,
shout out,
dude. I'm really sorry that I have to reference this because,
well, I know you guys just, but he goes. So Sheldon has his roommate agreement, and he's like, all right, here on line like 79, with an agreement, if we ever create time travel, we will come back to this moment, but 5 seconds later in the future. And then they hold a pause. He's like, well, ain't that a shame?
Stupid.
Yeah, it is, dude. But sure.
No, it's not. All right, let's move on here. Let's move on. Dave, this is where we'll have to pull up that map here in a second.
Yep.
Let me pull it up myself here. What class did I call this? We're going on to third period science class. This is a science class / prepper class. Let me pull up the map myself here. No, not that one. No, I got it.
She blinded me with science.
What do you need glasses over there?
I had a meme here. I knew you'd laugh at that.
Because Alex.
Dude, we got to get AG on the show, man.
Yeah, just a whole stack of papers, like an unorganized bookkeeper.
And I had a meme here.
That's how Rush Limbaugh used to be. You could just hear all the pages ruffling in the background. I'm the golden mic.
That guy was wild.
Third period science class. Here is the headline. The 4 safest states to live during nuclear war revealed in a chilling map. Deve, don't look.
I want to guess. I want to guess.
I want Daniel to guess. And Deve, you guess next if you didn't see that.
No, I already had my guess before this.
Okay.
Okay.
The 4 safest states to be in.
You know what's funny? Because I was just talking about this with my son. And I was like, okay, so I started thinking, you got to stay away from the West. I got to go Michigan, number 1.
That's on the list.
It's not number 1? Okay.
You got 2 more. They don't have them ranked, by the way. And there's one not on here that I think should be on here, but go ahead.
I'm trying to think if you go north. Tennessee?
No.
Tennessee, no, that's bad. Well, you got bases there. God, I would imagine.
Rapid fire.
Iowa and...
Iowa's not on there, but probably should be.
Then I'll go, I'm going to have to say Ohio.
No.
Dang it.
You got 1 out of 4.
Dave,
what did you have guess?
So my guess always was the Appalachia area.
You're dead. You're dead if you go to Appalachia.
Well,
I'm looking at the map here, and you're dead.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because I like the mountainous areas. Because I play pretend, and
you're screwed.
What about Maine? Maine.
Okay. There's 2 states that are not on this list, but here, let me go through this. Maine should be on this list for sure. Maine looks pretty safe. But according to Nuke Map, Western Texas, most of Nevada, Michigan, and Wisconsin would be notably in the clear, reports Mirror Safety, who analyzed the data. They added, with that said, the latter 2 would likely become uninhabitable in the coming nuclear winter. So Michigan and Wisconsin would be toast in the nuclear winter. And according to the Red Cross, even if a nuclear attack wasn't in your direct area, you will likely have to shelter for at least 24 hours, unless told otherwise by authorities. In some circumstances, you may need to shelter in place for as long as 1 month.
Holy moly.
And then I have some more fun facts about nukes here. But first, so Maine is not on there, but it should be, if you can kind of see. The other one that is, I feel like Minnesota looks pretty safe according to this map. Minnesota, which is kind of weird though, because
the Iron Range.
Well, my biggest concern is Camp Ripley, which is it's right in the middle of Minnesota. It's an army base.
Yeah.
So I feel like that'd be a target.
Well, Duluth has a lot of secret communications there too.
Well, they have a couple guard bases. I think they have a fighter unit, if I'm not mistaken.
They do have a fighter unit there too that responds. That's rapid response that goes up through the North Pole.
Okay, yeah,
that runs up and over. So, but they also have a lot of like technology, like hidden, or I think even like didn't just find out that Google has, or Amazon has, like their whole database is like top secret databases sitting up in Duluth.
I have no idea.
I think they are making one. I know they're making one down south, kind of by Farmington.
Well, it just got exposed. It was top secret, but
I wouldn't be surprised. There's also Fort Snelling in South Minneapolis, and there's also Grand Forks.
And we got Camp Ripley.
Yeah. Camp Ripley, yes, yeah. So according to this, Minnesota be kind of safe, but
yeah, but this is just nukes. You know, like I guess like if we're dropping nukes, my thought is that if we're really gonna go wild with nukes, it should, at least my assumption is, it's gonna pop the volcano like a zit. I mean, all that. It sounds crazy, but
no, it doesn't sound crazy.
So like that's why I pick the Appalachians in a way, because we're in Minnesota, dude. We're a cloud zone, and the Earth is due for a volcano.
Well,
man.
If we're being honest, and there's Annie Jacobson, I think her name is. She did her podcast tour on the book she just wrote about nuclear war. If that ever happened, God forbid it happens, there would be an aftermath, a cloud that would completely blot out. I mean, it would screw. We wouldn't be able to grow anything. Agriculture would die. Like we would all be screwed because the food supply would be for years if this actually happened. But
isn't that similar to what happened in the medieval times, as far as like the Renaissance period, when was it Mount Vesuvius that erupted and it covered the whole entire area because the ash cloud of the volcano covered pretty much most of Europe, which created a bunch of famine, a bunch of disease, just because of lack of sun. And dude, real rabbit hole, but it's a good
interesting. No, it's interesting because remember in the 80s we had Mount St. Helena, Mount St. Helena, and what I think is interesting about that, like a little tidbit on that, is that when that blew up and that plume of cloud overcame the rivers, and they thought the trout would be dead forever, right? They had a fishery in Oregon that they were putting trout in there, trying to increase the trout population. They thought they were doing a good job, and after the explosion, there actually was a huge blow up of trout that came to life in that stream, and that was when they weren't taking care of the stream. So then they were like, "Wait a minute, maybe we're hurting the system, the ecosystem."
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting piece, but I think the world rebounds pretty quick, though.
Yeah, nature does.
Yeah,
I think
does.
us psychologically, I think that's the part where
For sure, psychologically.
Nature, dude.
Well, we don't even know how
magical,
to
man.
take. We don't even know how to take care of ourselves, right?
No,
So
not
okay,
anymore.
that's the scary part, though, and this is what I don't think this is a fear mongering thing. I think this is an actual concern that everyone should have
I do.
us kind of a plan for, because there have been a lot of people that were worried about going to war with Iran because of nukes. And if a nuke is used, and at some point in our history, in our future, I'm sure it will happen, probably in our lifetime, that could spark a wider war. And if it comes to this, I mean, there should be kind of a plan. This is a crazy thing. We've talked about this a long time ago, but there are around, I think, 30 incidents with nukes with governments. I think around
Being
the world.
lost?
There are 3 specifically in the United States that have been lost and never found.
Yes, dude.
There are 3 nukes out there, and so in 1958, Tybee Island. There's some details here. What happened? A U.S. Air Force B-47 bomber collided mid-air with the F-86 fighter jet during a training exercise. The bomber was carrying a 7,600-pound Mark 15 hydrogen bomb. To safely land the damaged aircraft, the crew jettisoned the bomb into the ocean. So they got
Was
rid
that
of
just off Georgia, or where was that at? Does it say, or
off the coast of Savannah, yes.
okay?
So,
okay. I thought
There is a
was one in
bomb.
North
There's a
Carolina.
bomb right off. There is one. I'll get to that here in a second.
Okay.
So there's one somewhere in the ocean in right off of Georgia. Never been found. Hopefully no one picked it up. You know, hopefully like Cuba didn't say there's a nuke. Let's grab it and use it later on.
Yeah.
No Joe Dirt running out there.
The second one, the Philippine Sea bomb in 1965. It fell from the aircraft carrier of the USS Ticonderoga in the Philippine Sea.
That's
what
crazy.
happened. An A-4 Skyhawk attack aircraft carrying a B-54 nuclear bomb rolled off an aircraft elevator and fell into the ocean during operations. The plane pilot and weapons sank in about 16,000 feet of water.
Wow.
The U.S. did not publicly acknowledge this incident until 1989, decades later. Japan expressed concern because the loss occurred relatively close to its territory. Seems fair.
Yeah.
No, and then it hasn't been found. No, it remains uncovered at extreme ocean depth. So there's one in the Philippine Sea, and then the one you're talking about, Daniel. The Goldsboro Incident, 1961, January 24th, 1961.
That's North Carolina, right?
North
Yep.
Carolina, yep.
Yeah.
A B-52 bomber broke apart mid-air after a fuel leak. It was carrying 2 Mark 39 hydrogen bombs. One bomb parachuted safely to the ground, nearly fully armed during descents, later recovered. The second bomb fell at a high speed into a muddy field, broke apart on impact. Most of it was recovered, but part of the uranium core remains buried deep underground.
Oh my gosh, how did they not get that?
I think there's a YouTube video of a guy that goes in there and he's trying to look for it.
And die of radiation?
Well, no, I think he's just, I don't know. It's probably just a YouTube video, you know, just surfing for some content, but.
You ever seen Oak Island?
Oh, yeah. Next week on Oak Island, we got something.
All right, so the point is, there's 3 nukes that are out there somewhere. We don't know exactly where. And I always think about this, like, you always see people get caught for crimes. You always hear about these incidents. How many of those situations are out there that we've never heard about?
Exactly.
That didn't get caught.
Yes.
How many of these bombs have gone missing that we don't know about?
Mm-hmm. That's the ones we know about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if they actually, I will say there was an incident that I'm going to butcher the details on it, but I think there was an incident where they were somewhere in North Dakota, they were moving one of the bombs from Minot to one of the silos, and it went unaccounted for a while. Like they were like, whoa. Like, I don't know if there was just a miscommunication or what, but those incidents have happened in the past too. We're not like, it's like, oh geez, we lost the bomb for a second. Hopefully no one stole it, but
Well, the second problem too is that I think about like during the Cold War, the military, the people that were in charge of the military, and the money starts going away, and people selling this stuff to terrorists.
Yes.
For self-profit.
Yes. That's a concern, a big concern.
Yeah.
Well, for example, who's to say a place like Iran just doesn't buy one from North Korea?
Right.
Or Pakistan, or, although I think Pakistan hates Iran. But so on this, we have nukes by country. U.S. has about, between 2025, 3,700 nukes. Russia has 4,309.
And some big ones, too.
Some big old bastards.
Yeah.
Some big old bastards. China has 600, projected to have more than 1,000 nuclear weapons by 2030. India has 180. Pakistan has 170. North Korea has roughly 50. Israel has 90. Allegedly, and I think it's pretty well known that they do have nukes, but they haven't publicly ever said that.
They're not part of the agreement.
Right, and that's what this says too. They're non-NATO. So, or this one says nuclear weapons by country, NATO member and non-NATO member. And then you got France has 290 and the UK has 225.
How much are U.S.?
3,700.
Yeah.
So,
have you ever heard the conspiracy that nukes aren't real?
Yes.
I have heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I have
it's
heard
interesting. I mean, those videos are absolute propaganda.
Oh,
back-
well, have you seen the video of like the old ones where
That's what I
the
mean.
mushroom cloud goes up and then it blows over the house?
And the car.
Those are allegedly fake videos.
Yeah,
not
they're
real videos. Yeah.
models.
Yeah, they're models. And I found that out.
Really?
I think
Because
the
the
guy
car, remember
I
the-
think he was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
What was it like? There was one where like the car was
just intact.
Yeah,
Nothing happened.
Something weird was with like the truck was on one side of the house and like it disappeared for a second and then it came back and
Yeah.
Yep. But hey, get underneath your desk. That'll save you.
Don't worry about the face melting radiation. Yeah.
it sure makes you wonder though. It sure makes you wonder.
But again, this is why it's not a bad idea to have a box of MREs.
Not a bad idea.
Because it'll last for a while. If you got to eat some poison for, a week, whatever. As long as you have a week supply, like.
Yep. And then you got to get the seed bank. I think that's most important.
Yeah.
MREs.
First you got to have a gun.
Dude, of course
Yeah.
I got freaking poison in MREs. It's just, thank you for that information.
You're welcome.
Actually, thank you for that information. I appreciate
we'll
that.
see how this goes because I feel like, because I saw that and I was actually pissed off. I was like,
Yeah.
what? Because I got some digestive things, and I'm like, maybe that's why.
Well,
Because I eat super healthy, dude.
I have like a big thing on food right here, right now. I can go into it right now if you want.
Well, let's get to it. No, let's do this one first.
Okay.
Because I want to lighten the mood a little bit. I want to go to a fun one. Let's go to a fun topic. And I think I sent this to you guys a couple weeks ago, but I hope you guys forgot about it because this is awesome. Kinda, not really. Fourth period, we're doing gym class / social studies class. Listen to this, dude. Listen to this. An actual 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card will be inserted into a random pack of
Yes.
2026 Topps Series 1.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude,
yes. And for
no.
Redemption card.
for some context, hold on.
Who are you?
Look at it. Daniel's just cracking a pack.
I know.
Yeah, I gotta get some Topps Series 1. Yeah. Before anyone panics, the literal, here it is. This is important. There's a couple important things here. Before I get to anyone who doesn't know anything about sports trading cards, I'll get to why this is a big deal. But before anyone panics, the literal card will not be placed in a pack. To preserve its condition, one lucky collector will find a redemption card that can be redeemed for the historical original.
Does it say what grade it is?
It does not say.
That's a big deal. What grade it is?
Very big deal.
Yeah.
But here it is. So why is this a big deal? So why that's a big deal is I think there's some like really, really bad graded ones
Right.
online that you can buy for
Still crazy money.
$1,000.
No, God, no.
I'm pretty sure, dude. I looked
Really?
it up. Yeah, like a PSA 1 where it's got wrinkles and stuff on it. It's
Dude,
not
Dude,
what?
I'd take a one for $1,000 right now.
a PSA 10. I think that's what this sold for. A 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card in 2022 sold for $12.6 million.
Okay, you know what's funny about that? What's funny about that? So I don't know about the grade, but I can remember looking at the Beckett when it was $3,500 for that card when I was a kid. And I was like, Dad, we should buy this. This is like the best card ever to buy. He's like, $3,500. He was a construction guy, so he's like, there ain't no way in hell. But that would have been the most genius thing he could have done was bought that card at that time.
Well, hindsight's 2020, right? Like
Yeah.
even stuff now, it's like I'm sure there's stuff where I'm like, hell no, not a chance am I buying that.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, I wish I would have bought that.
Should have done it.
Yeah. But the Beckett, that's how I fell in love with baseball cards. Was we got baseball cards and Pokemon cards for birthdays and stuff, but we would go to the public library, and I would, like, every time we went, I would immediately go to the baseball section, the section that had, like, all the records, like the World Guinness records, and then you could look up Mark McGwire. It was that time, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa. So baseball was at, like, a height. And then I found the Beckett, and I was like, oh my gosh, Dave, look, our cards are worth this. We have a card that's worth $2, you know?
That's the hook.
And that's the hook. It's like,
That's
this
the
is
hook.
so cool. You know, we got cards for free for our birthdays, and they're worth money. That's insane, right?
Yeah.
And then now, so some more on the trading card world. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, were you going to say about the meatpacking district?
Meat packing?
Yeah, there was a big robbery, Pokemon card robbery.
What?
Yeah, there was so they came in with guns. They stole $116,000 worth of Pokemon cards from Poke Court in New York City's meatpacking districts, whatever that is.
What?
Yeah, this just happened.
Well,
This
I
just happened.
believe that too, because you can't trace, unless they're graded. I don't think you can trace it, because when you grade a card, do you get a serial number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it goes into a database. Like you can literally go. I don't know if you can personally access like who got it graded, but you can see like because I have a PSA 10 Ichiro rookie card,
Nice.
and I can go on and see the exact population of how many PSA grade 10s there are, PSA 9s, 8s, 7s, 6s, 5s. So you can see how rare that grade is on
That's
each
pretty
card.
sick.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a $180,000 burglary in Anaheim, California. That just happened too, for Pokemon cards.
What the?
Dude, it's wild out there.
So
I
okay,
mean,
so before we talk more about this, because it is wild. It
is wild.
The trading card and collecting world has been, the fun has been sucked out of it
oh, dude.
a long time ago. But okay, so here's some more stats on trading cards, because I think this is important. And this kind of goes with the gambling stuff, because this is gambling. Sports, if you're opening packs, like
Me?
old girl from the God rest her soul, cracking a pack, she'd always say.
Cracking a pack.
She was.
Oh, yeah. What was her name? I forget her name.
I can't
but-
remember her name, but she.
yeah.
I'll never forget. She loved Frank Thomas. So
No,
yeah,
no.
she was awesome.
Oh, yeah, it was Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas,
Yep, Yep.
But anyways, so the sports card world, or North America, in 1991, which was also like a peak of sports card trading, and you know this, you can, because you were a sports carder then.
Yeah, it was overproduced then, but
$1.5 billion in revenue. Today, in 2026, annually, but it's estimated between 20 and 30 billion dollars,
oh,
which is bigger than the many entire professional sports leagues' annual revenues. So I'd say maybe the NFL probably beats this, but most other leagues probably don't beat this. So the sports card trading world, and we're not talking about other collectibles, we're talking about sports cards, are more valuable
wild.
that
than
is wild.
some whole leagues. All right, so here's some more important context, though. So a lot of people, and I have an example from, I think it was Caleb Hammer's show or Dave Ramsey. I can't remember. I think it was Dave Ramsey. I don't know if I sent it to you or not. Maybe you sent it to me. But a lot of people, they want to buy this stuff. They rob people because they
Right.
want to resell it.
right.
Because you could resell, I think like my most valuable card is the Ichiro, which is like $1,200, right? And that might be, I haven't checked for a year, but if you hold on to it for a long time, it generally goes up in price. And you know that.
Yep.
And dude, you're sitting on a lot of cards that are like, dude, you have a Michael Jordan rookie card. What are you doing? You know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyways.
I have a hold problem or don't sell problem.
Yes, you do. I've been telling you to sell those cards for years. I literally have.
I know you have.
But okay, the secondary resale market. So the annual revenue in 2026, 20 to 30 billion. The secondary resale market is roughly $5 to $12 billion. So, I'm interpreting this data and I'm seeing in my mind, for every $20 you spend, you're gonna get $5 back.
Yeah.
Unless you get lucky and you gamble and you hit the jackpot.
It's gotten so the odds. So in 2017, the odds were really good at hitting good stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like that was. I've never seen a time that it was so profitable. I wish I could go back to then and just buy the shit out of more cards.
Well,
But-
that was when you and I
Yeah.
we went to a flea market, the Brass Armadillo.
Yes.
And we bought a pack of cards. I was like, dude, this is awesome. I remember why, like, I loved doing this as a kid, It was fun. And they were like, yeah, let's buy some packs at the store. And then we traveled the country. It's like, dude, let's go check. They got packs.
Yeah, we got so many packs.
And then we met some really cool people at all these trading card stores across the country. You know, met like literally, I'll never forget the couple places we stopped in Chicago.
I guarantee you have some great cards inside.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've looked in there recently,
No,
but
no, I haven't touched them for years.
You have some great cards in there that you forgot
Oh, yeah.
all about.
That was the Aaron Judge year.
Yep.
Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani.
Yep. Soto.
But now, that's all I see. I see people, you got the Logan Pauls of the world. You have people opening this stuff on streams and like pushing it. And it's not, and when you see this stuff, every time I go into a store, I haven't looked at cards for, like I said, years, but I always like glance over. There's always adults. I've never seen a kid, never seen one kid over there, which should be like a fun thing for kids, right? It's not a kid thing anymore, which is bizarre to me.
Dude,
It's like this. It's like the typical millennial thing
It's
where
weird.
where a lot of millennials have latched onto their old hobbies as kids, and they're just nostalgic about it and coping with reality by getting lost in these hobbies. And I'm all for hobbies, but it's beyond that. Like
So
Disney people, the
Disney people,
the
dude.
Pokemon people. It's very weird, dude. It's very
So
weird.
you guys might not be old enough to remember, but this is I can remember the people from like that would have all the 50s stuff. You know, I mean, they'd have the old Schwinns, or they would have the like everyone had jukeboxes, or they would have all that 50s stuff. Kind of dissolved. It kind of went away as those people started dying off, right? And the value started going down on a lot of that stuff too as those people started dying off. But it's cyclical. I mean, it's even in the classic muscle car world. You know, it was like Model A's. Everybody wanted Model A's, and then it turned into like a '57 Chevy. Then now it's like muscle cars, and I think even muscle cars are starting to fade off a little bit. You know, and you're going to start seeing things like Grand Nationals, more rice burners, and that kind of stuff. That's going to start getting more popular.
The thing about those though that is different in my head is like there's utility in that stuff. You can drive that around. You can work on that. You like it's more than just look at my Charizard. You know, it's like, oh, that's cool. What's the value? It's just really rare. That's awesome. Like I actually would want that too, but
Everyone needs a car.
I'm not gonna max out my credit card or like, it's just it's different, I think. And I think it's become a really big problem for people. I'm pretty sure it was Dave Ramsey. There was a guy that would called into Dave Ramsey and was like, Dave, I'm getting divorced, Like, oh, what's going on, buddy? And it's like, and he told how he racked up $20,000 or $30,000 on buying Pokemon cards with the sole goal of trying to resell them, and it didn't work, and he lost money. Like we said, if for every $20 you spend, you're going to lose $15, and that's what happened to him. And then his wife and he didn't tell his wife about it, his plan, and she just found out one day, like, oh, we got $30,000 in credit card debt, and then she wanted to divorce him for being financially
Irresponsible?
Yeah. Financially cheating on her is what she said.
Wow.
But that's a mild story to some of these people. Dude, I always tell the story. We were in that place down in like Burnsville. Do you remember that? We walk in there. Oh
man, that guy. Yeah.
Oh, it was actually like really
Piece
sad.
of garbage.
And then it was like, whoa. I mean, this is more than just like a hobby. People are losing. This is gambling.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It was in Bloomington. The guy that was opening up those packs of
they were live streaming. There was a guy live streaming, and he opened up a pack of like Bowman Chromes where it's like you either get a $2,000 card or a $5 card for a $200 box.
Right.
And he opened up a box and was like, "Oh, we missed. I'm gonna buy them all." And there was like 3 boxes left, so he spent $600. Hands over the credit card. Everyone behind, there's like 5 other guys with him. They're like, "Yeah, let's do it, dude. Let's break it open. Let's find the rookie Shohei Ohtani." It was like 10 years ago or whatever, 8 years ago, and opens the boxes, duds, nothing. And I remember him sitting there like this, and like all of his friends were just like, like dispersed. Remember that?
Yeah, do you know what I pulled?
You pulled a super card, didn't you?
I'm gonna go get it. I'll be right back. I gotta tell you what I mean. Like,
Okay.
I literally gotta go get it. I didn't show you.
Go get it.
Like,
Go get it.
I can't believe you don't remember.
But what I will say though is it felt like watching someone lose at a casino at a blackjack table and then go back to the ATM and then come back and lose it.
Dude.
Like like he literally responded the same way.
Yeah.
He was like, jittery and excited, and then it was watching an addict.
Yeah.
Dude, so my point is I feel like the card trading world, it's gambling. It's become more, it probably has always to a degree been gambling, but it's more so gambling than ever before. And I feel like there are fewer hits, there are fewer autographs, there are fewer things worth anything in these packs, and Topps, all these other companies are just taking advantage of it.
Dude, Pokemon for sure. Because, when we were younger, we'd go to the store and some of the incentivization was to be good as you get a pack at the end of the shopping. So, dude, we can't do that. Every time for the last 6 to 8 months, I have been in the store to take our kids shopping. Every single Pokemon packet, everything Pokemon card related is always sold out. Like, just gone.
It's crazy.
So it's like,
dude, it's always adults.
Yes, and it's like, dude, my kid's like 8 now, but it's like, dude, $5 for a pack, not a chance.
I went to, for your kid's birthday, your oldest kid's birthday, I went to the card store downtown to buy him some Pokemon cards, and when I walked in, no kids.
All adults.
All adults. All adults, most of them older than us. I was like, dude, okay, have some hobbies, that's fine, but like this seems a little weird.
Yeah.
It seems like this has gone too far. And maybe I'm the one that's out of touch. I don't know, but I feel like it's just catering to gamblers. It's become an addiction.
You even go to the store and people are scaling out packs.
Yeah, dude.
Scaling out packs and boxes, and like they literally have like a kitchen scale, and they're weighing it, hoping that they're figuring out, if this is too heavy compared to everything else. It's
there might be a relic in here, an auto relic.
Are we ready for that unveiling? So at the time we were like, whatever. I mean, it was like, oh, that's a pretty good car, but whatever. Okay, this is
what you got in Bloomington when this guy lost his life savings.
Yes, this is the actual car that I got, and we were just kind of, and you can't even remember what it was.
I don't remember.
Yes.
So you got the gem.
Hold on.
You can't even see that.
Is that a 101?
You can't even see it. No, it's a 1 of 15. It's 11 of 15.
Dude, this right here, this is what?
Show it.
What do you think that's like? $5,000 card?
No, one.
It's a rookie.
Yeah, autographed.
What did it sell for?
One sold for $22,000.
No.
Yes. Yes. One of the 15 sold on eBay for $22,000.
That is amazing.
Yes.
You bought that for $200.
Yes.
While this guy's losing, he's maxing out his card,
getting relief pitchers.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, getting relief pitchers and catchers and finally catchers. And he gets the freaking Shohei Ohtani rookie
I'm
card.
literally going to put this up for sale here.
Do that today.
Like right now, yes. I'm literally putting this up for sale.
No. Honestly, here's why that's important.
Yeah.
MLB is about to strike in 2027, and things are going to go off a cliff.
Oh, okay.
There is almost a 100% chance that there's not going to be a 2027 season. And I think if you're going to sell anything baseball related, you do it
now.
ASAP.
Okay.
ASAP.
It does kill their career. And a lot of people buy them for their career. Like, I mean, Ohtani is most likely the next Babe Ruth of pitching, Hall of Famer pitching stats, Hall of Famer batting stats.
He's already there. He's a Hall of Famer already. He's one of the greatest players of all time.
So I don't know if I ever shared this story, but when I was in high school, remember you were talking about the 1991 blah, blah, blah.
Yep. There was a big rush there. I mean, like a lot of cards then.
So everyone was collecting back then. So one night or one morning, I woke up. Did I share this with you?
I don't think so.
Okay. I woke up in the morning. I was homesick from school, ironically, and my friend walks into my bedroom. My mom's like, Chad's here to see you. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, I was sick. He comes with pillowcases, and he has 2 big pillowcases. He dumps tons of baseball cards on my floor, right? And I'm like, what the hell? He's like, yeah, man, we broke into freaking the baseball card shop last night. I'm like, what? I'm like, get this stuff out of here. Right? He's like, take what you want. I'm like, I don't want any of it. Like, get it out of here. He's like, we got a garage full of stuff, that they had filled up from this baseball card store. What they did was it was like in like a little strip mall where like a lawyer's office was there, and they had the baseball card shop, and there was bars on all the windows and the doors and everything. They went into the bathroom, and there was like like one of those little square, rectangle windows. They opened it up, propped it, and then they crawled back in there in the middle of the night, and they went through the sheetrock walls and robbed this guy freaking blind. Anyways, so they were at the school. They were selling all these cards at the school. And I think, I can't remember the kid's name anyways. He bought a Roger Maris rookie for like $5 from Chad. And he went and told his mom, he's like, Mom, look what I got. I got a Roger Maris for $5. And his mom's like, for $5? Like, wait a minute, hold on. She kind of pumped the brakes. Yeah. She's like, well, how did you get it for $5? Like, why did he sell it to you for $5? He told the whole story. Hey, he robbed the store, because they were with the kids that robbed the store, like, were telling everybody at high school. Anyways, all of a sudden, boom, police show up. Freaking everybody that bought a card had police visiting their houses. Like they had to do like a full freaking yeah. It was like it was crazy drama. I'm like, dude, I was addicted to cards back then. I got so lucky that I didn't take any of those cards. Shit, I'm lucky I wasn't part of that burglary. To be honest with you,
dude,
they didn't tell me about it. But
well, okay, so that was the boom. There was a huge boom. So like if you buy like a pack of 89, well, I say 90, 91, 92 cards anywhere, and people will see that at like a flea market or someone will die and be like, I found all my grandpa's cards or whatever. It's like, those are worthless. They're literally worthless. Dude. 90, 91, 92 because they were overproducing them.
Yeah. Unless you have a Frank Thomas no-name error card.
Yes, and that's virtually impossible to find.
Yeah, it probably got stuck in a bike as a little muffler sound.
You know, the place where that was produced is in the Northeastern Territory. So if you do
the no-name card.
Yep, the no-name Frank Thomas. Yeah, that's a big dollar card. That was in 1990 tops.
Would love to have one, dude.
I know, same. What was I going to say? But now, okay, my point, though, is it feels like we're back at that stage. It feels like we were at that overproduced, like, oh, we know all these adults they're just going to buy it no matter what, you know? So here, let's put another series out. Topps has like, what, 20 different brands of cards, like Topps Ginter, Topps Chrome, Topps, you know, it's like, all right, how much are you going to take advantage of your people,
and they're so expensive.
So
expensive. They're little pieces of paper. I mean, like, why aren't they just producing some commons for little kids?
So
it's irritating.
Before we move on to the next thing, I wanted some expensive cards, right? So we went over the 1952 Mickey Mantle that sold over $12 million. Can you guess which player's card, rookie card, say Bowman Chrome draft card, Super Refractor, sold for $4 million? Can you take a guess? $4 million.
A Bowman.
I'll give you the
Chrome.
year here in a second.
I have.
Do you have a guess of the player?
Wait a minute. Do we get a sport? Because I was thinking
baseball.
Baseball. Really? A baseball player? Bowman Chrome Refractor. It had to be. God, is it Jeter? No.
2009.
Oh, it was in 2009?
2009.
Oh, that's easy.
$4 million. Who?
Trout.
Yep.
Mike Trout.
Dang it. Yeah. So I was thinking Trout. I was like, wait, was Trout 11 or was he?
Which is unfortunate because it feels like his career is coming to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
And he has not hit 500 home runs yet. So hopefully this year he comes back. But anyways, this is the gamble though. Someone bought that for $4 million thinking he's the next Hall of Famer.
Dude, how about the guy from the DR, the Dominican, that super high prospect? I think he played down in either Miami or Tampa Bay. Believe it was shortstop.
Cardinals. Died in...
Nope, not that guy. Because I was there the same night. I traveled on the same road as that dude on a motorcycle, and he was in a Ferrari. And we were in the same storm driving, unfortunately, the night he passed. But
who are you talking about?
I'm talking about... it was recent because then he got caught dating a 15-year-old.
Yeah. Tampa Bay.
Dude, people are buying...
Franco.
Yeah, people are buying his stuff, dude, insanely.
He's really good. Really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's dating like a 14-year-old.
What?
Yep.
Who is this? What Franco?
I think Wander Franco. Yeah, he was really good.
Huh.
But all right,
Wait,
another one.
Before my investment advice, I got to give one piece of investment advice. This is investment advice. Baseball card. Juan Soto. He's his age. I go through there and I do all the analytics on it. I don't think he's the best baseball player in the world, but his age versus the amount of home runs he has, he's on pace to do some serious damage in the home run record.
He is good. He's consistent.
Yeah.
I'm asking ChatGPT, which current baseball player will have the most valuable baseball card
Aaron Judge or Soto.
in the future?
He's a lot older than I thought, though.
After their career
that will say Judge
is done.
Judge
or Ohtani.
Yeah.
Let's see. Not sure. Talent height, blah, blah, blah. Ohtani, number 1.
Yeah.
Mike Trout, number 2.
No, wait. No.
He's already a Hall of Famer. So,
okay.
Paul Skeens, he's a pitcher.
His
rookie card sold for
Way
$1.1.
too
Ronald
early.
Acuna Jr. I do have a rookie card of him, PSA 10.
Injury problems.
Juan Soto. Dude, this one, ChatGPT sucks. Don't take any of this advice. Jackson Holiday, future wild card.
Way too early.
Yeah. And he plays for Baltimore.
Yeah.
Real answer is important. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so, and then my last thing here on sports cards, a Pokemon card Rare Pokemon trading card games. The Pikachu Illustrator has sold for over $5 million in private deals.
Oh, it
And
just
what
sold, I think, 16 mil.
Was that Logan Paul's?
Yeah.
Charizard?
Yeah, and you guys would know the guy that bought him because him and his brother are trying to create what did he say? A treasury of collectibles.
Of Pokemon cards and stuff?
Of all collectibles. He said he wants to get like a dinosaur bone.
Let's see.
They're planning to get it's really weird, the amount. One of the copies of the Declaration of Independence, because I think there's like 12.
I saw that.
Yeah.
AJ Scaramucci?
That Asian guy?
No, the Scaramucci.
He's the guy that bought the one.
Oh, is he the guy
yeah.
that worked for Trump?
Yes. Yep. His brother is the guy that worked for Trump.
The guy. Yeah. This guy's brother. Oh, interesting. Weird. It's a weird world, man. But
Last piece of advice, and we got to move on from this.
Yeah.
If you do really truly want to invest, you always buy old cards of people that are in the Hall of Fame because they can't tear an ACL.
Yeah.
You know,
It's going to be more, but
yeah.
No, I would agree. And that's I learned that lesson pretty fast when we were going we had that little phase like 2017, which was the perfect time to go through a baseball card phase.
It was great.
And we beat the rush too. Like no one else was doing it at that time.
Yeah.
Or not many people, I should say. But all right, let's get to fifth period here, class, with Professor Dan.
Oh man, it's up to me. Huh?
And then we'll go to Professor Dave.
All right, so I don't know if you boys heard this or not, but I'm going for it anyways. Okay, so food is my topic today. So study finds human DNA in some hot dog brands. You recall this?
Whoa. Say that again.
Study finds human DNA in some hot dog brands.
What?
Do you really want to know what's in a hot dog? If the answer is no, you should stop reading now. Clear Food Company, a company genetically tests food products, decided to investigate. It used genomic analyst technology on 385 hot dog and sausage samples from 75 brands to see if what we're really getting as advertised in the package. Turns out that 14.4% of the time you aren't. Problems include substitutions of hypergenic issues. The report states substitution occurs when ingredients are added and do not show up on the label. Anyways, let me kind of fast forward through this. Some of the non-harmful contaminant is introduced into the hot dog. In most cases, it's human DNA.
What?
Yeah, that's right, human DNA. So it's found most of its human DNA though in vegetarian hot dogs. Believe it or not.
Put down your pipe and smoke it, vegans.
So 10% of all vegetarian hot dogs had some sort of meat in them. And let's see here. And 4% had human DNA.
I did hear about human DNA before in hot dogs.
Have you heard that?
Yeah, I just always thought one of the rumors, is leftovers of Jimmy Hoffa's body. But obviously, it's not real. But
I don't know. Something's in there. I don't know. But, I think, what could it be, But so that started getting me, and how I started thinking, I'm like, well, what else are we eating, right? So I started looking into foods that we eat. So on jelly beans, like Jelly Belly beans, that shiny shellac that's on there, that's how it kind of makes it real glossy on candies. That glaze is the secretions of a female lice bug. So it's the poop secretions from a female. Yes.
That's disgusting.
Yes. And they harvest that poop and they turn it into a shellac for these candies, for the hard candies. That's one.
Hold on a sec.
Yes.
So they have a factory? They have a barn full of these things?
I guess so. I don't know.
There's jobs out there.
So dough conditioner. So in baked breads is often they source human hair or duck feathers to make the dough stretchier. This is a common practice, and it's okay by the FDA. Raspberry and vanilla flavoring. When it's too expensive to use real vanilla, companies use, which is quite a bit cheaper, secretions from beaver anal glands. That's right. That's right. This is all true. This is all weird facts about food that's in there. They also use it in like natural flavors for some ice creams, yogurts, candies, whenever vanilla is too pricey, obviously. Another weird thing that I always thought was weird is like, do you guys get real sugar? We get real sugar, and it's kind of brownish tinted. Kind of looks tan. Real
When you
sugar
say
does.
real sugar. What do you mean
Real
sugar?
cane sugar. Real cane
Okay,
sugar.
like raw.
Yeah, like raw cane sugar.
Go to the Amish and get sugar.
Okay.
Well, what they do is they grind bone into sugar to give it that real white appearance inside
What?
sugar. Yes, that's why it's
wild.
it's ground bone. Yeah, yeah. And then
I
obviously
feel
we
like
know
this is all impossible to believe.
it's true. It's true. You can listen. Get on. I fact checked all of this. FYI.
Okay, I believe you.
So I fact checked all of this
They spray
beforehand.
paint carrots.
What's that?
They paint carrots, to give it
Yeah,
orange
and
flavor.
meat and that. Yeah, and meat and all that other stuff too. Yeah. Obviously, we know that that little vein down the middle of a peeled shrimp is poop. Everybody knew that, right?
Yeah.
It's too expensive and too time consuming to clean that out. So it's a crazy amount that we eat of poop per year. Americans do. And then insects, the fragments and rodent hairs are allowed in our foods. There's percentages of it that are allowed into our foods,
Like an allowable level. Like, we're gonna test this stuff. There's some stuff in there.
including maggots. So again, here I go. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Well, what's allowed? So this is the FDA allowable limits. Peanut butter per 100 grams. You know what 100 grams is? It's like nothing. It's like a small container, like one of the small containers of peanut butter. You can have an average of 30 or more insect fragments. That means legs, heads, wings, etc. Or or it gets flagged more than one rodent hair. All right. So in chocolate is 60 or more insect fragments. In cinnamon is 400. This is all, again, allowed for the FDA. Yeah.
I feel like it should be
400 insect fragments.
Shouldn't it be 0?
Yes. And some other spices, like, I don't even know what this one is. It's like marjoram, whatever it is. They allow 1,175 insect fragments inside that spice is allowable per the FDA.
What the hell?
Yes. So, and some actually allow mammal poop inside the spice, like up to 3 milligrams. I know. So moving down the list, let's see here. Let me get to some like more nasty ones. Tomato products allow two or less maggots inside tomato sauce, like pasta or canned tomato sauce. What else do we have here? I don't even want to go down that one. That starts to get a little bit nasty. And you guys know that Jell-O was made out of tendons and that from animals.
What?
It's boiled down. Yes.
That's
so
gross.
Like that jelly. Yeah, that's what Jell-O's made out of. Yeah, and red lipstick. So every time you kiss your girlfriend, know that that's also poop resin. That same from that same
Dude, what
from
the
the
hell?
same from that same animal. Yes.
This can't be true.
This is all true, guys. This is all true. And then in fast food, and your kids, every time you give your kids nuggets, they actually apply a silicone in there. It's the same silicone that's in silly putty, right? So it's FDA safe, but it's toy grade silicone that's in chicken nuggets.
Dude, I don't want to eat any food I don't grow myself ever again.
Well, you guys heard me tell the Kirkland water story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have I
tell
told
that one.
Should I tell that?
Well,
I don't. Have I told that before?
can we get sued?
What's that?
Can we get sued?
Here, I want to tell the story, and then I want to finish off with the disclaimer because I looked it up.
Okay.
On the disclaimer.
And I just want to say too before you say this.
Yeah.
I've always thought Kirkland water tastes weird. I've
Okay.
always thought that.
Yeah.
Like, this is.
Oh, well,
this,
you crack the top and it.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So
Dasani's.
So this is a true story. They can't sue me for the damn story because it's a true story. So I was sitting on a plane next to a guy from the FDA, and he was going down to somewhere in Georgia for inspecting a peanut butter vat place that birds were pooping into the peanut butter vat was a report, and he was going to inspect it.
In Georgia, you said?
In Georgia,
Okay.
yep. And on the way down there, I kept asking him I'm like, man, what foods should I stay away from? Or what's the worst that you've ever seen? He's like, yeah, I can't talk about that. And I was like, whatever. So I kept bothering him. I'm that person on the plane. And anyways, end of the flight, he still didn't tell him anything. I said, dude, just tell me like one thing. Like just one thing that you would stay away from.
Please.
Yeah, that you would stay away from if you were me, like, because you obviously have the inside and that. And he's like, I can't do that. We're walking off the plane, get on the jetway, and he turns around to me. He goes, Kirkland water. Never drink Kirkland water. I was like, what? I was like, Kirkland water? Why? He's like, that's all I can say. That's literally what he told me. Okay. So now, clarification. I went online and I AI'd this, and Kirkland water's never had any problems as far as like any reported problems that has been on here. The people that bottle Kirkland water They have had it
'Kay.
in the past. So I don't know if Kirkland water. I don't know
What
the
did they
story.
have? Is it like plastic in the water? Because that's
their
any
filtration problems. They
Here I am.
had.
Here I am drinking this, and like plastic water or plastic water bottles are like really, really bad.
Well, some of it's really weird. I had a friend that was in or a guy that I fished with down in Florida. His brother worked for what the hell's that place? Fuji Water. And Fuji Water, I don't know if you know this, but Fuji would take oil rigs and they would bring it over to Fuji, dump oil, and then they would fill it with water, and then they would come back here with that water and unload the water from those oil rigs. But they would filter it all out. Yes, yeah. So, yeah, that's a real thing. Like,
Wow.
that's a real
You
thing.
know, it's the part that's like whatever anymore. You know, I'm like, yeah, screw it. I'll have the Twinkie. Is like we've eaten so much, drank so much plastic water bottles, eaten so much junk food that like if it's gonna hurt me, it probably already has, and like you know, I'm already screwed. But
From there, we might as well go on to our next subject. But first, there is one right here that we may have to cut out. So that's why I said we got to go to our next subject. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
Are you guys ready? I wanted to add this one in here. So, Houston Hooters server arrested for tampering with food.
Okay.
You guys know about this? Anything about this?
Oh wait, hold on. Does it have to do with?
Yes.
Don't do it.
Don't do it?
Hold on.
Okay. I'm going to do it anyways.
Say it in a. Say it.
Okay, I'll say it.
Just say it so we can post it to YouTube.
Okay, all right. So Houston, Texas, Jessica Sinclair, 24 years old, was taken into custody after co-workers reported her witnessing her dipping hot wings into her special sauce
dude.
before serving them to customers at a local Hooters restaurant.
Oh, that's her? That's who did it?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
According to authorities,
What
the
the
act
hell?
was carried out against patrons who had been rude and made derogatory comments about her appearance. The behavior occurred both during and outside of her menstrual cycle. When the blood was involved, the incident is being charged as food tampering with special circumstances due to the introduction of human blood, carrying with a potential sentence of up to 20 years in prison. Instances with blood are charged as standard food tampering with possible penalties of up to 10 years.
Dude.
So I guess they're two different charges.
What a nut job.
Anyways, family members stated that Sinclair had multiple personality disorders and documented a history of incidents resulting in arrests or short-term mental health holds, whatever that is. Oh, they must have holding like a mental place or something like that.
Threat to herself.
Anyways, they said that proper background check would have prevented the situation.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. You know what? I feel like as disgusting as that is, and as some people might not like that story, it really happened, and I feel like it's important to know that people do deal with your food in the back.
Yeah.
And who knows what's happening to your food?
So I asked my wife this question. I guess I'll ask you guys this question. Would you rather eat a raw chicken wing or a Jessica Sinclair's chicken wing?
Well,
That's disgusting. That's disgusting. I'd rather
give me the raw.
Yeah. Yuck.
Because at least I can go to the hospital and they'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. Yeah, you can poop that one out. Yeah,
I can have
Move
dignity
on.
after that.
I'm gonna have to say yeah.
So
I agree.
the one, did you guys know that Ritz crackers?
Yeah.
So those are actually made out of ashes from incinerators.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Is that true? No. Oh, I was like, whoa.
That's just listening to all that stuff, that whole segment. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make one up. That's how that sounds to me. I'm like, dude, this is all crazy.
Yeah, you know, Nature Valley bars are really out of gravel.
Yeah.
Dude, you know, people are gonna like just fill the comments up on this one right here. People are gonna say,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, did you know?"
Did you? Yeah, please do.
Yeah, because there is so many out there.
It's crazy. I saw so many. I mean, the one that really whacks me in the head is how many Cheerios I've given to kids. You know, and they have that.
Oh,
and they
dude, Cheerios are not good for you. Yeah.
They spray them with freaking Roundup. They spray the wheat with Roundup, like because they genetically changed the wheat to not react to Roundup. It's like, I don't know.
Let's move on. That was a good segment. It was. In the comments, let's hear your best. Did you know? Did you know? I can't wait. But all right, Professor Deve next. Class period 6. We got 2 more here. We got Deve, and then we got film studies next period.
All right, we got a good one, a little bit more lighthearted, especially if you're picking up a controller, playing video games. I think all of us here played video games at some point. So, and especially with the way we played video games when we were younger, 90s video games fostered resilience, patience, and spatial memory through difficult, nonlinear, and often punishing gameplay. In contrast, modern kids' games, Minecraft and Roblox, prioritize instant gratification, social connectivity, and accessibility with constant rewards and guidance. So because of the difficult and they tried and trued us and prepared us for failure left and right. So when we played a game like Mario, you're on the last level. I always joke about this in a way because our buddy, when you're playing the last level of Mario, there are so many cannons going by. There's so many rings of fire going by that I watched him play and nothing hit him and he died. And he just goes, well, what do you think, man? I mean, look at how much is on the screen. You know, it's just going to have to kill you sometimes. But
That was your kid?
no, that was a friend of ours.
Oh.
But, yeah.
I love that you knew that.
But now you play games like I play with my kid. I don't know if you've played with yours, but it's like, dude, the games are complete crap as far as like, so Fortnite, my kids love Fortnite. We actually took it away from them, but it's a stupid game called Steal the Brain Rot. And it's like a passive income game. So what?
Passive income?
So, well, fake money. So like you simply just start the game up, you grab this stupid little brain rot thing, you place it in your base, and then it starts reoccurring like $10 every second. And then with that money, you get to go buy a more expensive brain rot that gives you $50 every second. And I go to him like, dude, why do you guys play this game? Well, it's fun. I'm like, but what is the point? How do you win? Well, how, you know, do you lose? Well, you don't lose or you don't win. And I'm thinking like, dude, back in our day, like, dude, Halo 2, you had the super, like, I don't know, you could go through every game that we played, probably that you played too growing up. And it was like, dude, it was really hard. You failed more than you succeeded. But you just knew like, okay, dude, we got to redo it. You know, there was no throwing the controller, crying, whining because I didn't win. And it's just ridiculous.
There is a lot of flex on like skins and just owning things, right? Like building it up and owning it and
nothing to do with
accomplishment though.
Yep.
It's who has more money to spend on V-Bucks and whose parents let them have the credit card is what it is.
Right.
That's what it's you're right. It's I'll never forget when we got games. It was like Ninja Turtles, Double Dragon, you know, and there literally was an end to the game. There was a goal.
Yeah.
The goal was to beat the game, to win.
You couldn't save it.
Yeah, and there was no like wasting money on this crap. And I even tried to play NHL because I love NHL, and those games have always been kind of similar, but it has ramped up big time. And it's probably been like this for a few years now, but like if you play online, it is all pay to play stuff. It's like to get better players, you have to pay money.
That's what got me out of it.
Dude, I had to stop playing. Like this is dumb. I can't. This is
you can't
garbage.
beat anybody because they have like these stacked teams.
Yeah, it's like how did you get a 99 Patrick Kane when like the game just came out?
Right.
Oh, you spent $1,000 on packs. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I got more on that because you know who started that.
Who?
I'll read some after this. Jeffrey Epstein was the one that started the introduction on Modern.
Stop.
That was in the files, dude.
What?
Yeah,
yes. The pay to play nonsense was started. Yeah.
Okay, keep going, dude. This is insane. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a little bit more on why they kind of say that we had it harder. The difficulty and grit. Games often lack save or checkpoints, requiring players to repeat levels, memorizing layouts, and mastering skills through failure. And like the old arcade games, the quarter games, you had patterns. Like people recognize the patterns of the way they were moving, whether it was Jumpman, whether it was Pac-Man, Pac-Woman. Physical socializations, multiplayer was typically couch co-op. So we sat side by side with each other, encourage and directing in-person social interactions, immersion and exploration. Without constant GPS cues or holding hands, players had to use imagination and exploration to progress instead of Googling, or we had to buy the game guide.
The magazine?
Yeah, the magazine to walk you through it. And then limited availability, fewer games meant replaying titles, fostering deep mastery and nostalgic. Today's modern kids, accessibility and guidance, games often feature tutorials, mini-maps, waypoints, and autosaves, reducing player frustration, but often diminishing the need for deep problem solving. Constant rewards, psychological hooks like battle passes, daily logins, and instant gratifications keep players engaged. And then digital socialization, online multiplayer, and sandbox environments allow for often less personal interaction. And last thing, endless novelty. Large, constantly updated, or procedurally generated worlds means players run out of content. And now, dude, it's like, I don't know about your kid, but I look online all the time at the games, and I'm in a few groups, a few buddies that play games. Dude, every month there's some new, big, huge, propped up game that turns out to be garbage. And you play it for a week and you're done. You just spent $70 on a piece of crap when it was like, dude, the N64 days, and everything is digital. So you want to play my game, I can't give you my copy. It's like, dude, you got to buy it to play it. And
dude, you know what wrecked it for me was so Madden's was the first one that got at me on that pay to play. You know, kind of that we had rip packs.
Yeah.
When that came out. The other thing is just like so many people can cheat in these games now. Like they have like these secondary ways of cheating. Like they're like put a program in there, and like I used to love PUBG, and I would play the heck out of that. But then all of a sudden there's cheaters all over the place where they had an aimbot and all the other different stuff.
Little Chronos edition.
Yep. I was playing with one guy one time, and he was like populating guns and grenades and stuff like that. Yeah, just like right in front of us, and we were all armed up, like ready to go right at the beginning of the game. I'm like, well,
yeah,
you know.
I think it's interesting though. So the reason I brought this up is video game wise. World of Warcraft just dropped midnight, so I was on. Shout out to Gert, joined the guild. I hopped on. There he is, dude. We're both ripping. I had to restart a guy, but I haven't played.
What's the guild name?
I don't know, but
Gold Siren.
Dude, WoW is one of the greatest games.
Dude. Seriously, the best game in history, dude. I was giving crap.
What is the guild?
Dude, a guild's your party. Like,
so a guild is like a political party. it's like a political party. It's like
I've never heard you do this.
You have
no.
This is when I make fun of his video gaming,
especially WoW.
Seriously, dude, we raided this Templar, and we got 8 gold out of it. It was so worth it. I haven't slept for 4 days, but dude, I got this awesome gear.
Dude, because what's funny is he's just on point. Because dude, you'll sit in the Stormwind. Or at least back in the day, we'd spend hours inspecting people's gear and inspecting their character. Because it's like, holy crap, dude, he's got the freaking rare .2 drop mount. He's got the full set of this gear, and you're just like, oh, dude, what a legend, man. And realizing the dude literally probably has over 3 years of actual in-game play to collect this stuff.
What is this game called?
World of Warcraft, man.
I've never played it.
Oh, dude, don't start.
I've heard of it, but
dude, we seriously, me and Case went in there and we really cornered the gold market so nobody could have any gold.
Dude, actually, okay, for real, we got Des to play. We got you to play because what we did is we cornered the whole entire wool market, and we were scrapping everything, and we raised it like 300-400%. Because one of us would always hawk the auction house.
There's some Martin Shkreli's in World of Warcraft just jacking up the price.
Dude, you remember though, because then you're like, dude,
I played. They asked me because they're like, we need a mage. We need someone that
we need a what?
I don't know, mage. We need someone that can resurrect us when we die,
so we don't have to start in the graveyard.
So there's slave owners up there.
Yeah. So I literally played. I started at I was like, I'll play with you guys, whatever. You guys seem to love this game. And this was what, I was a junior maybe in high school.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding you, man. We started playing at 6 p.m. The sun was rising. It was so much fun.
Yeah, oh no.
It was so much fun. And I was like, I'm done. I have a girlfriend. I have sports. I can't do this. I'll sit and play Guitar Hero or we'll play NHL. But that's it, dude. I don't have time for this. I could waste my life playing this game, and people do.
Oh yeah, dude. Just never /play.
But they're badasses. They're badasses.
Inside the world, dude.
Whoa! Like that one out.
Passion comes out.
Yeah,
dude, that's awesome, man.
But yeah. Kind of a fun little take on anyone likes video games out there.
That is so funny.
Because dude, the old games though, in a nutshell, we grew up in probably the best amount of times for video games, pre-social media, the internet, cell phones, and
Do you even know what up, up, down, down, left, right, BA is?
nope.
Oh man, that was like the original Nintendo. Like that's if you did that. So on the D-pad, and then the BA there was only 2 buttons other than the up, up, down, down.
Yeah.
And it would give you unlimited lives.
In Mario or?
All I can so yes. Also Contra. Contra was the big one because no one could pass Contra without using up, up, down, down, left, right, BA.
Dude,
Dude,
know,
you
this is
ever?
early.
Okay, so I'm thinking about these games now, but what about like The Sims? The Sims didn't really have a winning point, right? There was no there was no end to that game.
Oh, you're a slave to some game.
it's like
But-
Second Life.
Well, the fun part about like Roller Coaster Tycoon was
Oh,
it wasn't
yeah.
a game.
Dude, I love
it was a
that.
game of economics.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what it was, and that's what I loved. It was like, how could I make this work? How can I make some lemonade stands? And the people, they need some bathrooms. Oh no, they're puking everywhere. Like,
And if you had
I mean, it
bad
was-
infrastructure, it would fail and collapse.
Yeah.
I feel like there was actual valuable lessons in those games.
Yeah.
How does that not exist like on a higher level nowadays? That was a great game.
Yeah.
More educational games like that.
It was Lemonade Tycoon. Wasn't there a Lemonade Tycoon?
Dude, that
pretty
we
sure
got
there was.
super hooked on that.
Yeah.
Well, that's why like the downfall is I feel like the really good games like the simulators, the real simulators, you just have to invest way too much money into doing a plane simulator, a racing simulator, where like you're truly replicating an in real life type thing. Where
Well, I will say those. Yes, you do. There's a huge upfront cost, but some of those guys are actual race car drivers now.
yeah,
It's pretty rare, but you've seen that, right?
Yep, that and Janelle was telling me that some of the best surgeons that work with like the Da Vinci, it's a machine that like, it's I don't know, I guess it's basically fingers inside the person, robotic fingers, but they control it from a controller. They're the game players.
Really?
People that play video games. That's the best surgeons on that.
Interesting.
that's
I don't
fun. Fun little heartwarming moment before we get into the docu.
All right, let's do it. So 7th period, folks. Film studies class. Grab your pencils, your sharpeners, your erasers. This is our last class of the week. So
The
strap in. So this week we watched Jerry Springer Fights Camera Action. Before you watch this clip, if you have not seen it, I highly recommend it. It is one of my favorite documentaries, I think, ever, because it has to do with content, and it's just, but we'll get to it. Next week, I want to talk about We're Not Ready for Superintelligence. It's on a YouTube channel called AI in Context. It's only about a half hour long. And this really looks at the dark side of the possibilities of AI, which I think there's a lot of that. There's enough that I talk about the doom and gloom of AI, but I think it's important that people know what's going on. And it's a real thing that's coming. And I think we're already seeing the effects of AI in our economy in a good and bad way. But this is a super crazy documentary for next week. So once again, the title of the video is called We're Not Ready for Superintelligence. The channel name is called AI in Context. And I believe, let me just double check here. This video was posted a month or two ago. Let's see, 7 months ago, so a while ago, but 10 million views. And if you are on YouTube recently, getting 10 million views in today's YouTube is unheard of. Things don't go viral like they used to. YouTube is a different landscape, in part due to AI, but we'll get to that next week. So this week, though, we got Jerry Springer Fights Camera Action. What did you guys think before we get to it?
I lived it, so I can remember watching that show like constantly. You guys lived it too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew
Not
it.
the
I knew what it
peak.
was.
Yeah.
I knew what it was. I think our parents watch it occasionally. I don't ever remember sitting down myself and be like, "Oh, this is awesome." But one thing this is a question for you, I guess. Was it a daytime show?
It was both. It was day and night show.
Oh,
But
okay.
But
was it a rerun at nighttime?
well, they ran the same show day and night. So
Okay,
I mean
okay.
that episode. But I remember watching it during the daytime. I can remember Jerry Springer when he was like he literally did like news commentary.
Yeah.
You know, I can remember him doing that. And then all of a sudden it was his show, and his show was stupid. I mean, it was stupid at the beginning. It was like whatever. And I can remember turning it on, or it would play like at work in the break room. And like, what the hell's going on here? It seemed like every time I took lunch, like Jerry Springer would be on, and it got wilder and wilder and wilder. Or it was like, holy shit, this is even beyond the TV. At
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
You know?
Well, that was what I loved about it, though, because I feel like it is the same, and I said this last week too, but the same formula of content today, and you see people do that, especially like some of these streamers,
yeah.
they go extreme, they do something crazy,
Yeah.
then they got to top it, then they got to do something more crazy, then more crazy, then more crazy, then you're like, and that's what they were doing. And Jerry Springer, it was like, well, that worked. Let's do some more fights.
Right.
Oh, let's bring in this crazy story. Let's bring in the white supremacist versus the black guy. You know, like the craziest stuff on there just to get them to fight. And then behind the scenes too, like manufacturing it too, where to ensure the fight was going to happen.
All that race stuff, I never really got it. Like, it was never like that big a thing for me, or the fights. You know, what always was the one for me is the lovers. You know, they're like, you are not the father.
Oh, that's still a thing for Maury.
Right. Is that for Maury?
Oh, dude, that's like his most popular bit. I feel like that's all he has on there.
I don't even watch regular TV nowadays. It's not even a thing.
You are not the father. Yeah. Who else could it be? I don't know.
That was a crazy. I'm surprised those people aren't in jail. Like
who?
The whole damn group. All
The-
those people
the
coaching
producers?
them up and
Yeah.
coaching up these people, and it feels like it was very manipulative, and
Yeah.
really someone should have been held accountable for all of that.
Well,
those
first
actions.
off, before I say what I was going to say, what did you think about it, Dave?
I love it. I mean, because it's me. Like, I mean,
Hold on.
it's
Like,
my
your life
entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's that is my entertainment. Is I want to see, like they said, let's pull out the most extreme that we can out of that person and stick it on the camera, and getting that raw, dude. I just love, you know, I love information, I love facts, but it's like, screw it, dude. Let's just unleash the beast and let's just see it unfold.
Let's be entertained by other people's misery.
Well,
that show is Schadenfreude.
Did you not
Yeah,
used to think?
yeah.
Did you not used to think that was fake though? I mean, like, I always thought it was fake. Like,
no, dude, I did too. I mean,
Okay, well, that was one of the things I want to say. Well, first off, on that though, I'll start with that. The guy, he would say, like, these people, a lot of them, I think the lady producer said it. She said, people would say to me all the time, I really hope Jerry can help us. I really hope Jerry can solve this.
yeah, sad.
Super sad. Like, they knew that these people, like, delusionally thought that they were going to get help by airing their dirty laundry on a reality TV show.
especially Springer. That's where it's like, did you even watch the show?
Yeah, like the brother and sister sleeping together.
Oh, dude.
I was like, what?
Why'd you
So
ever do that?
You thought you were you think it's okay to sleep with your sister? Tell her you apologize. That was Jerry's response.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, what? What? Like, you're gonna put this on TV, but people, again, like the guy says at the end, he said, look, if we didn't have the horse in the pantyhose, if we didn't have the lady that the murder that resulted from our show, we wouldn't be doing a documentary right now, would we? And it was
Yeah.
like, holy crap, dude. That's the formula. Shock and awe. That's
Well,
what it is.
They beat Oprah out.
They beat Oprah.
Yeah.
And the other thing I want to say too, the guy that created the show, I don't remember what his name is,
Producer.
the main producer of the show. There's a video clip of him in this documentary saying, if they let me kill someone on live TV and it got views, I would do it.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what a soulless thing
Yeah.
to say. But I feel like
Dude.
it's very representative of content then, obviously, and content now. Like, if you want to, like, take the most viral stuff, like, there is an element of shadiness to it. There is an element of soullessness of either selling out to one of the sins. Either you're exploiting the greed in us, the most popular one, lust, PO, corn, as you say on YouTube, is the most trafficked content on the internet. Anger, wrath, that's the news. How do I get people pissed off? If I say that the Democrats are doing this, the Republicans are doing this, people are going to tune in. Yeah. And it's going to be in the millions of people.
Dude,
and
it's sin, man. Yeah,
we're going to
sin.
make bank, bro. Like, we were just talking about that today. There's certain channels on YouTube it doesn't matter what the actual substance of the arguments or the facts are. How can I get people to click based off of inciting an emotion, eliciting an emotion from them, so they click on my video and watch? And it works phenomenally. Dude, and they, like, if we wanted to be sleazeballs, we could do that too. I feel
I can't do it. Well, dude.
Well, I kind of felt like I did that with like back in the day, highlighting the woke stuff, right? Mocking that stuff. And I don't know, there was an element of that where part of me was like, is this good? Like, yeah, it's fun to mock this stuff and laugh at it, but like, what is it really doing, you know? But that stuff went super viral. Super viral.
Well, and it's like, I look at it like, because he was a tabloid guy, and the stuff he peddled.
Oh, the producer.
And the stuff he peddled in the tabloid was fake. But, you know, he would go, yeah, it's real. Like and we've always said this, the one with the most conviction gets the microphone and the loudest voice.
Yep.
So this dude, and obviously they used a pretty extreme one of the toaster. The toaster is possessed by the devil. And, okay, obviously everyone knew it was fake, but for him to be, oh no, that was real, 100% real. I mean, obviously the person thought it was real. It's not real, but the person thought it was real, which made it real.
Yeah.
Why don't you get rid of the toaster?
Yeah.
Hey, good toast.
But I feel like that is where some of these people, it is very much, and I look at the streaming world for sure. And dude, that Clav guy, I'll say his name because we have no connection to him. He's really big, but he hit a woman with his car. I don't know if she.
Oh, dude, I saw that actually.
Dude, yeah, and
was that real?
Dude, yeah, that was real. And
What?
he's going through court and everything, and that's why he lost his. He can't stream anymore. I don't know if it was on YouTube or Twitch, but he can't stream on them anymore because he got kicked off. And it's like, but always chasing that next high, that next and it's not even. I feel like it's not even about ridiculous moment. It's ridiculous clippable moment. How can I get people to clip it, share it without me doing the work?
Yep.
And that, dude, is the dangerous part of streaming, I think.
Yeah. Well, there's I don't know a ton about that guy. I did see that clip, but there was who's that one guy that everyone hates?
Jack Daughtry?
Yes.
I did. Yeah, that guy's a turd.
Dude, there are some, but when you see the clips, you're like, dude, what? He crashed his $300,000 car and got out and didn't care about his friend who was bleeding. He was just worried about the car.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's something to that where you're like, I can't turn away from this train wreck. Like, this is insane. But he knows that. He knows the most absurd things that, like, the more outlandish stuff he does, he's gonna get the views and the clicks.
And hate gets the views just as much. Well, probably more than love gets the views.
Oh, yeah. Dude, 100%.
Sin. I think
Again,
these people, I look at it and I think of demons. I think like the women on there, that woman that was on there that was trying to get people to get, to sign up for the show, looking for people. The guy over there saying, hey, listen, you're going to be a star. We're going to do all this good stuff for you. And they set him up. And then this producer that, he wants all this demonish type of, act out there to just for personal gain.
Yes.
It feels very demonish. I don't know. NBC in general feels demonish. You've been inside that, the towers in New York City. Remember how they used to have those like devil paintings on the walls?
No.
Yeah, they used to have like these weird
I do remember being at that building though.
Yeah, it's a very eerie building. They had like these I don't even know. It felt very like satanic style paintings that were like down the hallway. And anyways, last time I was there, they're all gone. They removed them all.
Really?
Yeah. I thought that was interesting.
So on that, I think that's what's important about this is I feel like that's the metaphorical selling your soul to the devil. That's what that is, because I feel like all of us have this in us, have this ability to succumb to greed or lust or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And if you're willing to do that and sell your soul for the return, like Jerry, like they said in there, well, Jerry and this guy got super rich, so I guess it was worth it for them.
Right.
And they did that. They sold their soul. They exploited people for personal gain. And I don't know what other people's carrots are, what their motivations are to this, but I think more often than not, it is greed. It's the return is money. The return is fame. A lot of these people in Hollywood and in music industry, fame. But they're the ones willing to sell their souls. And dude, I say this all the time. Like at our church alone, our church is a pretty big church, but the people that sing and perform at the church are incredible. And I'm like, this is one church in the country. If we go to thousands of other churches, I bet we can find other really amazing sounding, talented people. Why are they not famous? And then I'm like, oh, because they're actually good people. They're not trying to exploit their bodies, exploit the music industry, and sell their souls to sell their music, because that's what the game is.
Right. The machine's not pushing them, right? And the machine's it's a
you
bad
got to sign
machine.
up for that. You have to
machine.
again sell your soul. You have to sign up for that. You have to show you're willing to do that. Just like Harvey Weinstein, all these actresses that are out there saying that got these roles because they sold their souls. They were like, they literally slept with the face of evil, one of the faces of evil.
Could you imagine being Jerry Springer? And I'm not going to judge the guy, but I'm just thinking this through, like on my own end. If you died and you're like, and Jesus was like, hey, I gave you a show, dude. Like, it wasn't like maybe the most successful. It wasn't, beating Oprah, but I mean, like, I gave you something that could provide for your family and you could help people out, and you were helping people. And then all of a sudden you got sideways going after money, like fame. It's like, why did you do that? Like, that would be a really hard question to answer at that point in your life. Like,
his statement of, you know what, if I make it to heaven, don't worry, because you're all making it. It was in the second part of the episode.
Yeah, he did acknowledge that. He acknowledged how sleazy he was.
Yeah.
He really did.
Dude, my favorite part, like in a lighter note, was they called it the Springer Triangle.
Yes.
Where every, 80% of the people on the show were in that triangle area, from like Tennessee to, was it the Carolinas, and then over to
Appalachia. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
dude, I had a news article. I was like, while I was digging through that, I actually had a news article on the Springer Triangle. That was inside it. I'm just gonna share it real quick, like while we're on this documentary. But this is total Jerry Springer stuff right here. So I'm not even gonna say. Yeah, you know what? I'll say the headline: Kentucky man covered in fur arrested after allegedly being caught having, with a deer, intercourse with a deer. Ellen Osborne was taken into custody after he allegedly engaged in actual relations.
Wait, this was on Jerry Springer, or this is just a Jerry Springer-esh?
This is a Jerry Springer-esh in the area.
Okay,
right.
Got
So
it.
he was having relations with a dead deer.
Jeez.
When speaking with the outlet, Central
This is
City
real?
Police. Yeah, this is real.
There he is.
Central City Police Department said a man was driving through an area in Mulberg County when he noticed a man engaging in sexual intercourse with a deer on the side of the road. The witness then called 911 per the report. When the law enforcement arrived on scene, they reportedly found Osborne covered in deer fur and blood, according to the
Okay, that's messed up, dude.
Dude, that's the triangle, baby.
Okay, well, that would have been on the show.
Yes,
that would have been
on the show. Yeah.
Which it should have been. That guy clearly has issues, clearly has mental health problems.
Yeah,
very sad.
That is a sad. Yeah. I was just like, I was reading that while I was watching it at the same time. I was like, what the heck?
Man. Yeah, no, it's I don't know.
I can't even laugh at that because it's so weird.
Yeah, it's the world. With the internet now, the way the internet has kind of came full circle.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? Louis C.K., his joke. I was once a friend of pigs, and I was a weird guy in town because I love pigs, and everyone just knew me as the guy that loved pigs. Well, then all of a sudden the internet comes along, and there's thousands of people that love pigs, and therefore I'm not a weirdo anymore. I have a community.
Oh, yeah.
I have somewhere to be and other people that understand me.
It validates your poor decisions.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a great point, actually.
Huh.
Yeah.
He's in like therapy now for all
Really?
that. Yeah, he talked about it on Theo Vaughn's podcast. It was actually an incredible clip, but yeah, no, that is the bad part of the internet.
Dude.
Speaking of which, did you see Steve-O on Joe Rogan?
He's on Joe Rogan?
He was a guest.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well, it was a while ago, wasn't it?
He's been on there. He was just on there again.
Okay.
But he went on there, and Steve was like, my point about I'll have a point on this, but it's about the internet and finding your community and validating and reinforcing bad life decisions and bad ideas, because that's what the internet has done. But this is an example of that. Steve was on there talking about how, he was talking with a trans guy or a trans woman, and he was empathizing with them, and then he's like, yeah, because all these politicians that want to put them in internment camps, and Joe Rogan's like, who wants to do that? Who is saying they're going to be in internment camps? And he's like, basically like pulling it out of his ass because he heard it somewhere, and Joe just basically put him in his place. He's like, nobody's saying that. What is happening is these people, like, and he said to him, how many ICE murders are there, or how many people have been killed by ICE, and how many people have been killed by trans shooters in this last year? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, astronomically more by trans shooters. There's a problem. It's a mental health crisis, and these people are being validated. They are being told that they are oppressed, that everyone's out to get them, and they're acting on it now. And it's this mental illness that is just being fed into in real life and in online, So that's my point is, you have these silos of these groups of people that are making each other feel okay. And you know damn well it happens with really nasty and bad stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Like child stuff.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
I mean, there's even articles being written that it's not, they're born with this.
Oh, dude.
That's a real thing. They're trying to push that.
Yep.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, the internet's a wild place, dude. And I think that
Population control.
You dang globalist.
That's all I got on Jerry Springer. I loved it. And I think in a dark way, I guess. I think it highlights and depicts what the internet is. So
yeah, and I think I just like you got to see the process of it, because just like what we do, people don't understand what goes into it. It's like they see the 30 minutes and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Where there was a lot more work, 14-hour days. A lot more work that went into those shows than simply 30 minutes. And just getting these people to go on. Like they had to sit there and buff this person up for 4 or 5 hours, get them riled up, and then put them out there.
They were up. I mean, some of those guys were 24-hour a day.
Oh yeah,
type things. Like they were manning the phones nonstop.
Yeah, it was cool in that sense to see how like a giant production like that worked.
I mean, some of that people.
Yeah, and some of that was even pre-email. A lot of people didn't have email back in the days. You go back to early 90s, yeah.
But that's all I got for today. Do you guys have any parting words for the fine folks of the podcast?
Still living, still here.
Still living, still kicking, still breathing, dude.
Yeah, everyone go enjoy, touch some grass. It's coming out. I mean, gonna be digging for worms here soon, dropping a line in the lake. So
it does feel nice.
Yeah.
And you're going to sell the Shohei Ohtani today, right? You're going to list it?
It's going down the road.
Good.
It's going down the road.
Can you imagine? Dude, I'm telling you, if you sold all of your cards, we could buy a badass studio. Or you could buy a badass studio.
Or you could buy me a Lamborghini.
And then we can live stream crashing.
Your
and
cards?
Get views.
You mean our cards.
But all right, folks, that's all we got for today's show. If you're watching on YouTube, head over to your podcasting app, Apple, iHeart, Spotify. Download there. Leave us a review. It helps grow the show. And vice versa. If you're listening to this, head over to the YouTube channels, the main Zeducation University channel, and the Zeducation University clips. That's it for this week's show. Until next week, I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Zeducation University. We have a jam-packed episode today.
Sorry.
That's the worst thing you've ever said.
Well, this is breaking news to me. I haven't heard anything about this.
Quick story time.
I had that freaking near fatal collapse.
You didn't.